And we're live, folks. Good morning, Wednesday. What's the day, guys? July 23rd. I was going to say 22nd. 5:38 in the morning for me. Just trying to get caught up here. Let me know if the stream's live, guys. Okay, it looks like I'm live there now. Yeah, kind of a funny start here on YouTube today. We should be past the Starlink interludes that I like to have here. Just let me get things sorted out. Checking all my audio levels here. Everything looks good. Audio input capture. Yep, she's good. We are on screen, folks. We will be jumping over here next. Let me get back over here, guys. Okay, guys, here we go. Official classifications after stage 16 of the Tour de France. You see Taddy in first. He took a couple seconds out of Jonas. Oh, by the way, good morning, everyone. Colin here, Inside Cycling World. Thanks for coming back, guys. It's middle of the week, Wednesday. Kind of a transitional stage. Last chance for the sprinters. Well, they have maybe one more chance. Okay, let's say three. They've got today, Wednesday. We've got two bumps. The bumps are pretty hard, though. These Category 4s are pretty hard. They're nothing like what we've seen so far, but easier than the ones at the beginning of the race. We're still in neutralized start, guys. Just going to show you guys here. We are still neutralized start. Very, very slow start today. They started out at 5:35. The feed I'm looking at, they haven't even left yet. And according to the Tour de France tracker here, they have not even started yet. But let's take a little bit of the route here. So what we're going to do right now, you can see we finished up at the HC yesterday, Mont Ventoux. We started in Montpellier down by the coast. I was talking all about this. These long sandbars here where you shouldn't build stuff. You should never build on these things. They move over time. It's called longshore drift. Another geo term there for you. The sands that they're built on will move over time. And then people will say how catastrophic it is and the world's ending. And no, it's called longshore drift. Those sands move. And then this part here reminds me of like the Louisiana Mississippi Delta system. You can see this changes over time, and hopefully they're not building in here. It's all nature reserve. 29 degrees outside today, guys. It is quite warm. We worked our way up to the Ventoux. What an awesome battle up the Ventoux yesterday. I know the chat's already hot, guys. Just want to get this all out quickly. Oh, I did ride my bike yesterday, too. Nothing too crazy. Probably went a little bit harder than what I should right now, because my brain keeps saying, hey, you're still in super great shape, Colin. I'm not. So today we're going Bolin to Valence. I think this is the first time this stage the tour has ever started in this town. Looks like a great little town. Looked at some pictures earlier today. Let's take a look at the stage here, guys. This is what we're going to be in for today. Starting in Bolin. So first time it's ever started here. Let's turn that down for a bit. Try to give you a live screen, big screen here. And then we pop up into a couple of little mountain ranges. We're going to take on the Category 4 somewhere in there. I don't think they even showed it. And there's only two Category 4s today. Sprinters and breakaway opportunists / entrepreneurs. This is their stage, guys. So here we end up in Valence. We'll be going after that hard today, folks. Let's take a look at the profile. Neutralized start is underway now. I'll just show you that here. Stage 17. This one. Yeah, so the video feed is showing they're underway. The tour feed here has not even shown it. Let's take a look at some stuff we got seen over here. So they're on the start here. Lots of handshakes. Okay, here's Jonathan Malone himself. This may be the last opportunity the team will have to control the race today. So going to be a hot and heavy start. We'll jump back over here again. And see that the sprint point is only 48 kilometers into the day. It's uphill, flattish for maybe the first half, a few little bumps, and then we start climbing slowly. So I think this is going to be a tough sprint today, controlled by the sprinters. Obviously, we're going to see breakaway teams go. Looks like we got a 7-kilometer neutralized start, and it looks like the Alpecin boys have decided to start the day off with the best nutrition possible, a Freezy Pop. You know those Freezy Pops that come in the long things, the plastic, when you open them, you tear your mouth apart? Yeah, I love those. Those are great. There we go. So yeah, the Category 4 climb here. is not that long. It's only 20 kilometers after the sprint point. So expect huge attacks at the beginning. Expect even more attacks after the sprint point. Once, let's just say it, Big Jonathan Milan wins a sprint point, he has to win these sprint points. Otherwise, Taddy's going to steal the points away again. Or someone will at the front. Actually, Taddy won't win today's stage. I think, is too fast of a finish. And the team's going to start getting nervous now, keeping him healthy, keeping him upright. It's the hill climb stages where he keeps getting the sprint points. So if we look at the sporting stakes here, you can see we've got 20 points available at the beginning at the Roche Saint-Sicra, whatever it's called. I don't have all the word written there. 20 points there, 50 at the end. So Jonathan has to be involved at the end here. And he even said himself, this is the last chance to get some sprint points. We got the Col de Portis, Cat 4, almost 4 kilometers at 6.5%. That seems tough. That's a tough little climb, especially at racing speeds and after you've already been blasting for 70 Ks, powered by some of the fastest riders in the world. Col de Tartelgui, 3.6 kilometers at 3.5. So this one's not as hard. Guys will be launching over the top of this one. Let's just jump into, see what else was said here. Got a little dude here hanging out with the pro riders. This must be someone's kid, I think. Cuteness overload. Oh, it is. It's Edward Toynes and Scott Toynes. So this must be his son. Up there, representing. Paris Pont yesterday for the win. What an awesome win by him. Hey guys, guess what? The number 2 winning team at the Tour de France this year is, take a guess. Take a guess. Who do you think it is? Guys, I'm going to jump into my chat here right away. Actually, I haven't even opened it yet. Sorry. Chat has not been opened yet. Now it's time to get loud. So we need for this to all run through. Coffee sips time, guys. Still neutralized start. Nothing to worry about here. I'm going to give this a quick refresh to see if it's hung up or anything. It is not. Let's get through here. Get this chat open. And boom, we should be up and running, guys. I should be able to see you all in the chat right now. I've got a fascinating poll going on today, guys. It's the most pivotal poll of the entire Tour de France. Okay, guys, here we go. Stage 17. Yeah, and I did see, obviously, after the stage yesterday, and I saw it going on. Felix Gall, he was nowhere to be seen because his transponder must have been down the whole time. At first, I thought he was out the back. I looked in the back. I couldn't find him. Okay, we're here, guys. Trying to catch up. Okay, that's top chat again. I need to see all my live chat. I haven't looked at one here today yet, so this is going to be fun. I can see Ruben's in the mix. Bike Terror is back again. Love having the Bike Terror boys here. Guys, send some love to Bike Terror. Looks like Evan might have been the first here today. My poll's in the way. I can't see that, Evan. He says he's got to get in here before the rush comes in here. I got to turn this up a little bit. Bike Terra. This is Matt and Anzo here laughing. Love that poll. So guys, take a look at the poll at the top. I'm hoping it's rigged in my favor. I really hope it's rigged in my favor. Anyways, Ruben says, I beat you. Okay. Evan, Jonathan Milan still hanging on to the green jersey. I see, yeah, let's take a look at that, guys. So here's the green jersey, GC. Taddy's only 11 points behind. Jonathan should get his 20 today at the intermediate. Let's hope. And then he really needs to be involved in the last sprint because there's stages coming up where Jonathan Milan's going to finish 30, 45 minutes behind. That's tomorrow and Friday. He has zero chance. Depending where the sprint point is at the beginning, why don't we do that quickly? Let's take a look at stage 18 tomorrow. Guys, this is like mind-blowing, this stage. 171K, almost 5,500 meters of climbing. Here's the stage. So Jonathan will get the early sprint points. But again, if we look at the sporting stakes for tomorrow, see, they've lowered the green jersey points, as they should. They're half of what the polka dot jersey points are. I guess, you know what? I think the green jersey now, they're trying to go back to way before. It's more of the best overall racer jersey now. It's not really a sprint jersey anymore. I think we discussed that yesterday. So they're allowing the overall riders, the Jonas, the Pogi, all those guys at the top, to compete with the pure sprinters. Because for a while it did become just a sprinter's jersey. Who was the fastest guy out there? Okay, let's get off that screen because it's so bright. So here's our overall rankings. Bingham in third. Remember, we lost Mont Ventoux. He withdrew yesterday. Okay, so they're already talking here, race radio feed. I'm seeing it already. I want to get back to this here, guys. 7K neutral. After that, have to start directly narrow. So already now be aware of your position. Still in the neutralized start here, guys. Gonna probably close one of these down because I'm getting confused as to where I am. Yeah, let's go to the live feed. Here we go. Okay, race is on, guys. Race is on now. The race is on now. Stage is on. So they passed kilometer zero at 13:48. This will be a sub 4 hour day, guys. Sub 4 hour day. What did you guys think of yesterday's stage? How did you think the top guys looked? Is there anything that caught your eye? Oh, by the way, Joey hated the camera yesterday. She said it was way too much looking down on me. I just moved it over a little bit today. And I'm going to try to set it more at eye level. It's just, I have all the best intentions to make these things happen. I get doing something else. Yeah, so Jonathan Mullen is just hanging on there. This Old House, UCI World Tour Edition. Yeah, exactly. Evan's saying the tour is wearing me out. Evan, tell me about it, eh? Good afternoon from Neil Rushby here for the Muckers Worldwide. How good was that finish on yesterday's stage? Yeah, that was incredible. Valentine Peripont, Ben Healy. I love the fact. Oh yeah, so I asked the question earlier. Who are the most winning teams in the tour this year? UAE. We got 4 by Taddy. Do we have 4 by Taddy? I think we got 4 by Taddy and 1 by Tim Wellens. Let's not forget that one. And then everyone's going to forget, because I know I do, Soudal. 2 by Tim Merlier, 1 by Remco, 1 by Valentine Peripont. The best name in the Tour de France. Checking out the Bora jerseys here again. Wow, love those pinstripes. Oh, it's a double pinstripe. I just noticed that. It looks like it's a red and blue on the other side of the jersey. Pinstripe. Just caught that. Yeah, red on the left side and blue on the right side. Just trying to get caught up here, guys. I'm a little bit behind here. I paused this earlier to watch something. So I am behind. Let's get caught up with the chat. Then I can jump over here and see what's going on. Evan saying, all I want to see is that Quinn Simmons get a stage win. Oh, definitely. Today could be his type of day. Today could be his day. It's going to hot up real quick here. You can see right away we've already got riders going off the front. Quintin Pache here. Already trying to get off the front for Groupama, FDJ, a team that needs to do something. So I think I was posting in the Discord. I forget where I'm posting this stuff. There's only been 8 teams win stages at the Tour de France this year out of 23 teams. So there's 15 teams sitting around now going absolutely pouring at the finish line. Pouring. I'm hidden away in the 10x10 cube of Tour de France domination and hydration. Drink your coffee, folks. And those commentators at the end, the pro commentators at the end, they're huddled away in those little tiny booths, sitting just uncomfortably close to each other. Have you guys ever noticed that? They're like the good old days of Phil and Paul Sherwin. They're rubbing shoulders the whole time. Quite disturbing to me. Yeah, Neil's asking, why is that? Is he a favorite of yours? I guess, Neil, we've watched so much of it this year, and Evan's been here, I think, every day. Hey, who's been here every day? I think Evan's been a guy that's been here every day. Jay Taylor, Dawn, 100% has been here every day. Robert's been here a lot. Who's been here every day? Ruben's been here every day, I think. Yeah, I'm actually seeing here on this bit of a replay where the neutralized started, where the real race started. It is super narrow, and I noticed the bends in the road. I want to show you guys that right now. Take a look at the map here where they started. You can actually see, yep, fans standing on the road as usual. You wonder why you get hit. Come on, guys. I mean, that penalty that dude got. So this is where we're going to be here today. Here's the neutralized start. So it is a nice, easy neutralized start. They started right downtown in Boline. Man, I would love to hang out here. I'm thinking right on this corner somewhere here, there's probably a fancy little pub restaurant. Hopefully happy hour prices all the time. Just sit there, watch this little puddle of water here, and just enjoy life. No straight roads anywhere. But a nice leisurely stroll out of town on stage 17 here. But if you look down here, look where they do the neutralized start. Why would you do the neutralized start on this curvy, swervy craziness through here? The roads are super narrow there. How about just take it out to here and then hit the neutralized start? Anyway, that's what they wanted to do. Have at her. Guys trying to get off the front right now. It's constantly evolving. Here's Pache, Bergadeau, Abrahamson, V, Albanese. Oh, my important thing I want to do today, guys. Yeah, you can see the attacks ripping right away. Honestly, this is one of my most important things I want to do today because I talked about him so much yesterday. Did Gachenard survive? Does anyone know that? Did Gachenard survive yesterday? We have to go back to stage 16, go to the bottom. We look for withdrawals. I guess he survived. He survived that stage. Somehow he got back on. At least he's not showing up. We know Mathieu van der Poel didn't start yesterday. Danny Van Poppel for Red Bull Bora-Hansgrohe didn't start. Guys, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a bad thing for us watching racing. It's a good thing for them. They welcomed a new baby into the family. So Danny Van Poppel, big lead out guy, sprinter type cyclist, domestique, wind blocker for the smaller riders. That's basically what he is. He's like the big wind dam that they hide behind for 99% of the stage. He went home. His wife just had a baby, so congratulations. Saw that first thing this morning. And back to the chat. Yeah, we've watched Quinn Simmons go on so many attacks. There has been no rider on the front of this year's tour more than Quinn Simmons. So he probably deserves a stage win at some point. I'm going to try to sit back a bit, guys. Get back here in the seat. Still haven't found the perfect position. It's like getting a good bike fit. Dawn's here. Good morning, dudes. Hey, Dawn. And if you've been here every day, guys, let me know. Oh, look at this. We've got a new person here. Cassidy Arrington. Good morning from the ATL. What is the ATL? I'm thinking Atlanta. I'm not sure. Dawn saying, who is all helping Jonas with his kitchen renovations after the tour is over? I'm okay at laying grout for a tech guy. Okay, Dawn's a tech guy. I didn't know that. Let's have a look, see what's going on here, guys. Yeah, Pache, Bergadeau, Abrahamson, and Albanese. So apparently Gachenard survived. Let's do that quickly. Let's sit back, Colin. Gachenard is for Total Energies. Let's see if he's still there. He's still there. This dude here, I think was 23 minutes back at one point. Yeah, he was crying riding on his bike. So we lost Crass, I think, on the Tourmalet stage. I think we lost Janier here before that. So awesome that this dude finished here. Awesome. Love it. Battle through it all. Wade, yo-yo, Colin. Yo-yo, bro. Yo-yo. Unfortunate timing. Jordy Moose lead up, man. Danny Van Poppel withdrew. Yep. Saw that. Swoosh Kid. Thank you very much, dude. Neil saying my audio, Colin, is in and out. Is it just me? Might be a bit of lag, Neil. I'm not too sure. Things seem to be working good today. Guys, you think I'd be really good at this, but I'm not. I'm kind of terrible at this. I might be the world's worst YouTuber. Evan's saying just hit the play button. Wade, good on his side. Good on Evan's side. Wait, so Neil, maybe so your internet. Neil, your internet at work is not working. Neil's probably on a lunch break now at the shop. Just, kicking butt in the auto the repair department there. Neil's just saying it must be his connection. And Neil, love having you here, dude. So guys, Neil is in charge of Neil and Kyle, two dudes who I met through Ruby through Inside Cycling, and So I've met them through Insta Cycling. They run a group called the Muckers Worldwide over on Rouvy, the biggest, most competitive race group on Rouvy. They run races Thursdays, Tuesdays, Sunday morning hill climbs, aka Sunday after midnight hill climbs for Colin, 2 a.m. in the morning hill climbs for Colin. Beautiful scenery here, guys. Could they grow any more grapes in France? Could they? Is that possible? So yeah, Neil puts all those events on with Kyle. They have a cool blog. I think they got a podcast too that they run. Lots of stuff. So yeah, and all these guys, I've chatted with them in real life too, if you want to call it that, like phone calls. So it's good to see them here. Wade, teams will break away early in the race, which has been done very frequently these days. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pressure on the front. There's going to be a constantly evolving battle off the front. We're going to see it right now, guys. There's going to be teams trying to go off the front all day long here to get established in that break. Remember what I said earlier? Only 8 teams out of the 23 have won a stage. You win a stage, you just made your career, and you made the tour for your team. So in that front group, let's see what we got there. We've got an EF rider. They've won a stage. UNOX has won a stage. Jonas Abrahamson again. This guy's a beast. UNOX, yeah, World Tour team coming up here, folks. World Tour team. We got Bergadeau from Total Energies and Groupama. These 2 teams really want to get something going. Group 2, trying to get away now as well. Axel Lawrence, Ineos Grenadiers. Now, they've done pretty well at this tour already. I thought they were going to have nothing this tour, but big results for Ineos Grenadiers this year would be a 2nd place and a 1st place for Thymen Erisman. The win on the mountain stage earlier, up the Super Banyères. And a 2nd place from on the other mountain stage, or hilly stage, I think they called it. And then don't forget Carlos Rodriguez. Why don't we do that quickly? Just look at the GC standings, and we'll see who's up there. And if you don't think these teams are fighting over 8th, 9th, 10th place, you haven't followed the tour long enough. So 3 days ago, I think it was, Carlos Rodriguez was in 10th place. He took it away from Ben Healy. Ben Healy took it back yesterday, resoundingly, after he took back 3 minutes. It was a 15-second difference at the start of yesterday. So Ben, with that huge attack yesterday, that huge battle with Perry Ponch, Santiago Buitrago was there as well. Enric Mas, early on it looked like he might be able to hold him off. He did fade hard at the end, but if you watch the replay, even if you look at my video, I'm talking about it in there, Enric Mas got caught. He got dropped by the 2 of them. Healy and Perry Ponch went. They dropped Mas. Mas was able to battle his way back on. He just doesn't have the explosive power they do to get away. He did get dropped eventually, but that even allowed Santiago Buitrago to come back on. I like to call him Van Wilder, Ilian Van Wilder. He came back on. He came up, and I actually watched the replay because when I was watching that yesterday, I was kind of like, I'm scratching my head here. I'm like, where did he come from? And I noticed that the commentator said, Nicholas Roche said the exact same thing too on the highlights. He's like, where did he just come from? They were just flying up the hill behind them. As hard as they were going, there was riders coming fast. Guy that looked super impressive to me was Primoz. Primoz was flying up the hill, assisting his younger teammates. If you look at the finish line, you'll see Roglic looking back at Lipowitz to say, hey, bro, you okay? You good? Let's get you up here. Let's secure that 3rd place. I think they want to try to get Primoz into 4th place overall, which would be smart for them, for Red Bull. That even helps protect 3rd place even more. So I can see Primoz going out on attacks tomorrow. I think Primoz looks like he's de-aged about 5 to 7 years. Looking really, really good out there. Okay, just going to get back to the chat and start catching up, guys, before I fall too far behind again. Okay, Neil's all fixed up. UAE might have a plan up their sleeves for today's race. Ooh, Wade, what are you thinking? Send out Tim Wellens again? Tikala Nichols, bonjour, guys. Glad to be here. Enjoy you all day. Okay, sorry, guys. Yeah, this is jumping around already. Yeah, so yeah, Tim Wellens. So we got 4 riders out front, guys. We got 4 in the front group right now. Pache, Bergadeau, Abrahamson, and Albanese. Abrahamson, I got to say this guy might be my number 2 behind Quinn Simmons for the most work on the front. Seems to always be up there, working hard for UNOX, just feeling super good right now. We'll show the time splits here. So here's our front 4. It's almost a minute back to Axel Lawrence here. Finds himself just riding in no man's land. And then we got the peloton 2 minutes 14 seconds back. Hopefully Felix Gall's transponder is working today. It is. So I never saw him once yesterday. So when we got into the hot and heavy parts of the stage, when we climbed out of Bedouin towards the Mont Ventoux, I spent a lot of time researching that yesterday. So the overall time up the Mont Ventoux was eclipsed yesterday. It was held by Iban Mayo, I think since 2001. And I actually thought to myself, yeah, but what about the shorter segment? Because they don't actually... Every time I've seen stats in the past, it's never been the full climb. Because the first little bit out of Bedouin is just barely climbing. There's a 15.9 kilometers from the finish. From the climb. Of the climb, I should say. That's where they always say, and it starts here. Not the whole 5 kilometers before it. Either way, doesn't matter. Pogacar now has both of them. And I think a lot of riders broke the old time yesterday. Super, super fast. Really interesting to me to see how these things evolve. I've joked about it before in the stream. It's taken 30 years of technology and improvements to beat El Pirato. 30 years to beat him. Because he did hold the 15.9 kilometer segment, the real race segment. Actually, I think on the stream yesterday, or if you look at highlights, there's a hard switchback, a little turn, and that's where it starts. That's where they was, okay, race on. This is it. And other people will record the full segment from Bedouin. Okay, yes, Wade, Milan is still in the green jersey. I think it's by 11 points. The most winning team is between UAE and Alpecin. So UAE has 5 stage wins. Soudal has 4 stage wins. And what does Alpecin have? They won the first stage and the second stage. Maybe they've only won 2 stages. I'm not sure. So yeah, for Soudal, we have, don't forget, guys, we got 2 stages by Tim Merlier. And we got 1 stage by Remco. And we got 1 stage by Perry Ponch. So that should be 4 stages. I was doing this last night when I was pretty fatigued, so... Abrahamson spoiled Milan's points yesterday. Yeah, I think he was ahead in that group. That's right. Game on, stage 17. Yeah, Wade, good point here. I thought the climb up the Mont Ventoux, lots of groups here, guys. It's all going to split apart here now. Here we go. We've already got 4 groups on the road. Who is in group 4? Rickert for Alpecin de Koenig. He was the guy who I think was having a freezy pop this morning. I couldn't tell what flavor it was. Maybe it'd been like a watermelon flavor. Not my favorite. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you buy those things when you're a kid, you take the scissors, cut the top off. They're so wide that you end up cutting the sides of your mouth. Yeah, Jonas Pogi yesterday, guys. What did you think? Did you think Jonas was in any trouble? I don't think Jonas looked... Outside the last 20 meters when he just basically parked it and let Pogi get another 2 points. Quinn Simmons sitting on the front, guys. Looks pretty leisurely there right now. Hard to tell. Yeah, 46.1 kilometers an hour, so not as fast as yesterday's start. I think yesterday's start we were right under 52k an hour. They've got the whole road blocked. Soudal on the left side of the road. Trek, Bora Hansgrohe kind of like dominating the front end of the peloton right now. I think they're trying to keep the speed down a little bit. Lots of speed bumps in here. Okay. Yeah, so I never thought Jonas looked in trouble at all outside the last 2 seconds. I think Pogi, just my visual, what I was seeing, and I did hear later from other sources, yeah, Rickert's riding out the back. He looks fine, though. Just leisurely riding back up through the cars. Pogi looked like he wasn't in trouble. He was grimacing, suffering a little bit. He did say there was points he was suffering. You can read his comments. In the forest section. So I think he was just kind of like a little bit uncomfortable in that forested section that was like a lot of 10%. Maybe it was hotter during the forest area, not so much wind getting to them. He was visibly grimacing, and then he looked better for the rest. Every attack Jonas made, Pogi countered. Any attacks Pogi made, Jonas countered completely. I think they were pretty much even Steven yesterday. Wade saying here, yeah, Jonas looking in great form. Neil, thank you so much. Neil got the warm coffee today. I was like a little kid yesterday telling Joey Jojo how much I love my coffee warmer. Neil Rushby, Muckers Worldwide, thank you so much. Grab a brew on me, mate. Got to get back to work, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you to Neil here. Wade's pointing upwards, I think, at the coffee. Does Binion just try to get on Enemy Stage Win today just to try and say he still has it? Yeah. Intermarché, what has Intermarché done this tour, guys? They've had Binion thereabouts. I think there was one stage finale early on at the tour this year where Binion was right there. Otherwise, he's been second place, second fiddle to Jonathan Milan the entire tour. And that's just kind of the way it seems to be, isn't it? Like last year, guys, it was Binion dominating everything. Binion won 3 stages last year. Taddy at this point has only won 4. So, Israel Premier Tech rider here back at the cars, having a little chat with the boss. Okay, got lots of stuff going through my mind here. Yep, so Cassidy's saying here she's from Arrington. I think Cassidy's a she, I'm not sure. Please say hi, Cassidy. Yeah, Biniyam's got to get involved in something. It's points, guys. I've done a lot of looking at the UCI points. Did you know? So UCI points, best I can describe it, it's on a 52-week, how do I call it? Do you say revolving or moving? Moving. Okay, hang on a second, guys. I do want to read this feed from... Guys, if you can squeeze through and jump into those 4, there's Abrahamson. So Ineos wants their riders to jump up there and get to those 4 riders. They always want to counter Abrahamson. Getting his live count. Quinn Simmons, Team Simmons on the front, guys. He's always up there. I say that every day now. UCI points, looking at them yesterday, they run on a 52-week rotating or moving calendar. So basically, if you scored a point 365 days ago, tomorrow it's gone. It's on that rotating. It only goes back 1 year. 1,300 points for first place at the Tour de France. 1,300 points. Right now, Taddy overall has 13,000 something points. Number 2 is Remco with like just under 6,000. So Taddy's got more than 2 times Remco's points. Far and away the best rider right now. Even if you win a stage at the Tour, I think it's 200. I think it was 210 points. So it's really interesting to see how they can get these points. All these points are important for these teams. That's why they fight over them. That's why 9th place is important. That's why 18th place is important. I find there's a lot of people just watch, okay, who won? I like the smaller battles too. They're very interesting. Okay, guys, just doing the chat here again. Thanks for the coverage. Great. Phil Thomas here from Florida, USA. Hey, Phil, nice to meet you, and welcome aboard the chat. I'm just going to scroll down a bit here, guys, so I can get my stuff under control. Wow. Early fans here today. Actually, it was a late start, guys. Neutralized started at 5:35 a.m. in the morning for me. I feel like I slept in today. Yesterday, that 10 after 4 in the morning start, that was brutal. I think we got one more of those coming up, too. So, this dude will be putting in the work. Phil Thomas saying earlier, yeah, Phil, they were right off the gun. Right off the gun here today. I'm looking at the live tracking right now. We should have still 4 riders in the front group. Pache for Groupama, Bergado for Total Energies, Abrahamson for UNOX, and Albanese for EF. So EF still representing up front. Man, could you imagine if Ben Healy would have won yesterday? Like, he was right there. He was right there. Go back and watch the highlights, guys. You'll see how hard Valentin Perripont, you guys know I love saying that name, how hard he was working. He was rocking his bike so hard at the top, trying to squeeze out every last watt out of his legs. He is super skinny. His legs, his arms look like toothpicks. He's an all-out climber. Group 2, still got Axel Lawrence riding solo for the Grenadiers. So maybe he listened to that radio from earlier and decided to jump up there. He's been the guy designated to do it. How you boys feeling today? 158 riders in the main peloton, and then we got Rickert. I think he's still having his freezy pop out the back. You know, he is quite a ways back right now. Minute and 7 back. Yeah, he's okay. At this point, we start a gradual climb, false flatty. This kind of terrain here, to me, looks like 1 to 2%, just slowly climbing. Let's get it to the chat. Yeah, breakaways get you on the podium. Okay, Don saying, what's better than 1 stage win? 2 stage wins? Every day is a classics race. Yes, it is. Today is a classics race for sure. Sheila's here. Sheila's saying me. So I think Sheila's saying, oh, maybe Sheila's saying she's been here every day. Primoz is doing his part to support Lipowitz with his podium finish and white jersey. Yeah, exactly. Lipowitz looks so set up to take 3rd place. They just want to protect it from Oscar Only sneaking up. Oscar Only looks incredible too. Lipowitz, I think, is really fortunate, and he knows it that he's got Primoz there with him. He's got, Grand Tour winner riding with him. Andrew Moss here. Good morning, all. Hey, Andrew. Andrew's back again. Okay, Brandoni, disappointed that Pogi and Vingegaard don't work together better and aren't racing smart. They broke away at the wrong time. I question their coaches now. They could have easily won yesterday. They were moving up fast. I think it was down to 30 seconds at one point. But Taddy said he did suffer yesterday. And I think they were both at their limits yesterday. They're sitting at 99.99% of their ability. Jonas can only attack so hard. If he blows, Taddy takes more time out of him. If Taddy attacks and he blows, Jonas pulls more time back. So it's just that fine line of when do you go. I did some research yesterday too, and I don't know if it was which year it was that Jonas won. It was on the Col du Grenal, a longer HC climb. And there was a 4-kilometer segment where Taddy lost almost 4 minutes on one climb. So I'm going to just try to call him Pogi from now on because everyone hates my pronunciation. It's okay. I'm okay with it. So yeah, in 4 kilometers, Pogi lost 4 minutes. And that's how he lost the Tour de France that year. That's what Visma has their fingers crossed for right now. Visma is just thinking, we just got to tire him out. We just got to tire him out. And to me, that's a strategy. If you're tired out and you're not good enough to maintain those levels for 3 weeks straight, well, then you don't win the Tour de France. Just like when Primoz got tired on that hill climb. And Pogi took it from him. Wade's agreeing with Brandoni. That's true, I agree. Don saying here, Colin, you are correct. Soudal is second for more stage wins. Alpecin is third in stages and jerseys. Okay, thanks, Don. Okay, Brandoni, good point here, guys. I love all these comments from people that know about cycling. Pogi definitely looked like he could have been dropped by Vingegaard. And if it wasn't for his teammate spraying him with water, it's possible he could have been overheated and dropped. Who sprayed him down, Brandoni? I did see a few riders doing that yesterday. I think it was Abrahamson spraying down Johansson. So Abrahamson was in the break, and when his team leader, 8th overall at Tour de France, came by, he sprayed him down. I actually saw an Intermarché rider. I think he sprayed down an Ineos rider. I think. I did talk about it during the stream. So obviously they know each other from the past. I'd like to think that they were juniors racing together and they were best friends in a past life, and now they're on pro teams, killing it at the World Tour. Yeah, so who was it that sprayed Pogi down yesterday? I got to think maybe it would have been Adam Yates, maybe, because he was there. I did notice too that obviously it didn't click the way they wanted, but Visma's plan was kind of getting going yesterday. It's just that Pogi was able to react to it. Yesterday was, I would agree too, that's the first time I've seen Pogi kind of hurting. We saw a little bit, I think, on Super Banyers, just a little bit. But when he was coming out of the trees, his mouth was open, he was grimacing, he was hot. Visma had Campenarts up the road. Sepp Kuss put in a huge pull. Campenarts drifted back. He put in a pull. They're just hoping that at one of those pulls, Taddy just falls off. The problem is, Taddy's just going to sit behind Jonas and get a little bit of a draft off him, so he's kind of using Campenarts as well. Okay, I think if Vingegaard let Pogi blow up on a breakaway, he could beat Pogi. Okay, so that's from Brandoni again. So yeah, I'm thinking that that's our only chance left. So guys, going into the Tour, odds-on favorite far and away was Pogi. It still looks like that. It's not surprising to me. Visma's strategy is to wear him out. That's what they did before. They wore him out before. On the 2 times that Jonas won before, Pogi was winning stages then too. But he had times when he would just kind of fade a little bit. It's new Pogi. I get it. Mont Ventoux, from what I can see, Trek is already there in the front, and they start to pull soon, so let's regroup and remember, eat and drink. Next 2 days are going to be much harder. So that's the radio from Team DS over at Bahrain Victorious. Peloton is super stretched out right now. I'm just going to catch up here, guys. See where we're at. Leading group right now, 4 riders still there just going for it. Abrahamson, yeah, most combative for me right now. Quinn Simmons would be most combative of the entire Tour de France. 2 minutes, 45-second gap. Things are getting heated up now. Sprint point is there. 135 kilometers remaining. Not the longest stage today. This is going to set us up nicely for tomorrow. It's only 160 kilometers today, guys. Let's see if we can get anything here. Okay, so Laurence, I think it was Axel Laurence, sits up and waits for the bunch. That was the Ineos rider. 2 teams and 3 riders pulled a bunch. Thibaut Nice from Liddell Trek, Quinn Simmons, Soudal's Max Schachmann. Okay, guys. Well, those teams, Jonathan Milan and Tim Merlier. Sprinters. Tim may be out of the points classification right now, but still wants to sprint win. Sitting on the front right now, I'm watching Soudal working. 3 Soudal riders up there, at least 2 or 3 Trek riders. They're all driving the front right now. Trying to get fully caught back up here so I can see the actual live tracking better. I think I'm pretty far behind here. Let me do this. Live. Maybe I just hit the button. I think that's what I do. I just hit live. Okay. Just learning things on the fly here. Can anyone see Pogi snapping, cracking a little bit tomorrow or the day after? Brooke Bullock here. Who are the favorites for today? Sprinters, breakaway artists. Quinn Simmons is hunting a stage win. It could be Abrahamson. Guys we've seen do it before. So in the front breakaway right now, 4 Abrahamson's there. That dude won stage 11. Won stage 11. I've talked about him before. His collarbone was broken only a few weeks back. I think it's less than a month. And then he's racing at the Tour de France, getting a stage victory. Just squeaked out a victory over Mauro Schmidt of Team Jayco Alula. It was probably like a quarter of a wheel length. And they went on a huge break all day long. Jayco's up there. Sorry, Quinn Simmons, Team Simmons. He's got his own team this year, guys. Soudal's there. The rest of the Trek riders are Victor Campenarts in the mix. And another Visma rider. Okay, there he is. There's 4 Visma riders up there. I thought today that maybe Jonas was wearing a different helmet. Okay, just Ineos, just radio him back. If you can hear me, I'm coming back. Too much energy trying to catch that 4-rider break up front. Average speed right now, 45k, so it's a lot slower than yesterday up to this point. At this point yesterday, we were just hovering under 52k an hour average speed. Don here, Poggy said there were moments of stage 16 where he was at his limit. Not bad for how he has been for the first 15 stages. A perfect stage for the sprinters today. Yeah, Don, that's what I was reading too. Again, I keep saying these guys aren't robots. They're all good at different things. They can have some good years. They can have bad years. They can have a couple of good days. If you have one bad day at the Tour de France, you could be out. The years that Jonas won, that's what it took. It took like one bad day for Poggy, and then Visma capitalized on it. Lots of things have changed. Poggy's probably better. Visma's team, maybe not as strong. And I would say that's primarily Wout's not as dominant as he was before. So Wout's off a little bit right now. Jonas, is he the same as he was? It's really neat going back, guys. Go back and look at like 2022, 2023 Tour de France when Jonas won. The pictures where you see Jonas finishing ahead of Poggy all the time. It's like, oh yeah, that really happened. It did happen. Andrew Moss. Okay, just trying to get back here again. Was a great race. Nice to see the lead groups racing each other so hard and 1v2 having their own battle. Yeah, Andrew, I love all the battles. I thought it was cool seeing Carlos Rodriguez hanging in there. I always mix up this guy's name, and I got to apologize to him. Tobias Johansson for UNOX, because he's probably my favorite rider out there right now. Crosses the finish line, collapses, needs oxygen, just absolutely buried himself. And he did have a teammate right alongside of him. So that team is fully committed to him keeping 8th place at the Tour de France. Remember, guys, they get UCI points. UCI points are ranked individually, team, and nation. And I think there's one other. I'll have to remember that. There's 4 ranking systems. So right now, Poggy, far and away the best rider over the past 365 days. And longer, obviously, because it's Poggy. Number one team is actually UAE. That makes sense. Biggest budget, best riders. They should be. But guess what? Number one country, they're going to love this, is Belgium. They are the number one ranked nation in the world at cycling right now over the past 365. And probably longer. So yeah, Andrew, it was awesome seeing those battles. Simon, Michael here, Binyam Girmay will win, so he's cheering for Binyam today. This could be a Binyam day if he hangs in there. The 2 sprint climbs are far enough from the end that the sprinters can get back together. We'll see if that happens. The prediction was for Taddy to win 6 stages by July 27th. Well, he's got 4 right now, Don, right? Does he have 4? Sorry, guys, need a sip. Love my coffee warmer. Thank you so much, guys. I told Joey, yeah, that's what we're doing here. She knew I needed it. She got it for me, but I'm like, it's coming through you guys with the coffee donation, so I love it. Okay, so Don, he could win tomorrow, stage 17, very easily. He could win stage 18 very easily. 18 and 19. We're on 17 today. 20 and 21 he won't win. Like, most likely the odds are probably not in his favor to win them. 21 he probably won't win because he doesn't need to win it. If it stays at 4 minutes, he's not going to go to the front and crash out of the Tour de France in the last 10 kilometers and be laying on the side of the road hurt. That's not going to happen. 20 looks more like a hard sprint stage. So, yeah, he could win 6 stages. He could also crack on one of them. Guys just trying to hype it up a little bit. This is Brandoni again. Brandoni, you're number 3 in the comments today. Awesome job. I think Vingegaard needs a teammate to lead him up to a strong breakaway. And he seems to be very strong. I would not be surprised if Vingegaard wins the Tour in the Alps. Go Vingegaard. Oh, so Brandoni is putting it out there, folks. I like this. I like Brandoni. He's not hedging his bets, doing the safe bet on Poggy. He's stepping out, going on a limb, guys, putting his neck out there. He thinks Vingegaard is going to win in the Alps. It wouldn't surprise me either. I think it was the 2023 year. It said Vingegaard took the lead. And I was tired again yesterday. I did do a ride. These rides are way harder than what they should be for right now. I'm needing to recover afterwards. It was a 26-kilometer ride, and I thought, ooh, I need to rest. I wanted to see how the yellow jersey was flip-flopping. I think Jonas might have had it early, then lost it. But the time standings on every stage, I think he only got it back in stage 16 of that year. So we're kind of right on track. If he's going to do it, if he wants to repeat 2023, it's going to have to be like tomorrow. Andrew Moss here, upgrade your mind after 40, bro, from Ontario, Canada. I think he said Burlington. Thanks for the coffee, dude. Really appreciate it. All the supporters, all the subscribers, all the people that hit that like, the bell notification thing. I never say that enough. I don't really want to. The likes are really good, guys. The likes are really good. Thank you so much, Andrew. Fellow Canadian here. Dawn's watching from New Jersey. Dawn here has been here like every day, I think. Alma, hello from Texas. I'm late. Alma, you're just on time. Don't worry about it. Just on time. Let's give a little catch up here, guys. We got 4 riders still off the front, still working. We'll go to the live track and just so we can see what's going on. I'm looking for some wind direction coming in today, folks. I'm looking at the graphics. Now, there are flags on the side of the road. They are flopping around pretty good. They're flopping around pretty good. They are in the trees there too, so the winds might be stronger than what I even think. So let me keep an eye on that. Here's our groups. 2 big groups. We got 160 riders in the main peloton. That's going to be all the GC guys and all the sprinters. We've got 4 riders up the road. Abrahamson going for the spoiler. He's thinking breakaway today. He's thinking I'm going to get far enough ahead. They're never going to catch me. They're never going to see me again. Tequila Nichols. Bonjour, guys. Always have a pleasure, Colin. Keep up the great work. Y'all have a good day. So I think Tequila's heading out to enjoy a sunny afternoon in France. Ooh. Wow, does he really weigh that little? Wow, I love those kinds of stats, Don. You could tell by looking at him, like, it's like he has just like a sheath of skin over top of his bones. So skinny when he was rocking his bike at the end there. I think he makes Ben Healy look overweight. He was so skinny. Cool point from Don here. Valentin Perriponge weighs 114 pounds. I haven't been at that weight since I was 16 years old. I think one of my legs weighs that. Guys, full-size guy. Full-size guy here. Don saying his fans all call him Pogi. Well, didn't Pogi mean handsome in a different language? I think so. Don, if Pogi showed any signs of fatigue yesterday, he still gained 2 seconds. That's right, he did. He picked up 2 seconds in the very finish there. Team Simmons on the front, driving hard, guys. 49k an hour. I think the speed might be picking up now. Still average speed, 44.4. It is just a long drag upwards here. I'd like to see Intermarché get on the front. If Bingham wants to win, his team is going to have to be up there. Sitting for far back, it's not going to help him. Let's get some points. Okay, let's get back to the chat here. Marlon was here. Maybe he's just his message retracted. Marlon, where are you from, bro? I see you lurking here in the chat. Great, everyone's here. We're just under 200 riders, 200 people watching today. Kind of think today, midweek, we're wedged in between the Ventoux and the 2 single hardest days of the Tour de France coming up right away. I would say tomorrow's probably the hardest with the Col de la Lotes at the end. It's a 26.4 kilometer climb. Stage 19 is really hard, but there's 3 absolute banger HCs. They're HC pluses. I've designated, it's a new term. The UCI is probably going to want to adopt it from me, so it's patented already. I've already got it covered, guys. Tour de France, you can't take that from me. HC plus. And there might even be one above that called a plus plus. That's in the works right now. I'm all about the plus plus. Brandoni, I believe Adam Yates sprayed him. Okay. Yeah, guys, when I see that happen, it's probably so refreshing when you're dying in 30 degrees Celsius weather to just get that little bit of spray of cool water. And again, those two dudes on opposite teams, one just sees the other and goes, man, I'm going back here, dude. Take a cold spray from me. Just the camaraderie. I love it. Don saying, I've been hopeful for Campanar's tour. He's just a little short. I think he is split between his duties for Jonas and their personal goals. Is why their tactics are backfiring. Yeah, it did work out good yesterday. He was up the road and he was able to help Jonas. But I was watching him. I saw Campanart slowing down, waiting. And then I was like, okay, dude, you're going to have to speed up because the freight train's coming. He did pace Jonas for a while. At that point, though, it's probably more of a mental thing. I don't think he's really doing that much to help them. You've got the two world's best climbers doing their own thing. I think it's more just, hey, my teammate's here. He's helping me. I've got this. I've got support. It is a team sport. So at the front right now, it's Soudal and Trek strung out pretty far. Then I'm seeing Visma riders up there. Intermarché is piling up behind them. Intermarché, and then it looks like Arkea B&B Hotels. It's kind of like the one single file line of 20 riders and then a blob of the peloton that's slowly starting to stretch out, guys. Slowly starting to stretch out. Ortigueras, Yehu. Bro, yesterday at stage 16, I caught a glimpse of Mark Soler going crazy, chasing Pogi, who's with Benoot and Jonas Vingegaard. I feel like the likes of Yates and Soler will make their presence felt. Yeah, I didn't see much of Soler yesterday. You must have been watching something different, or I was too busy in the chat here. But yeah, guys like Soler, they can pop up tomorrow. That's probably more of his type of stage. These super long 20-kilometer plus climbs. So tomorrow, guys, we're going to basically have three hill climbs that are essentially the Mont Ventoux again. They're huge. May not be as steep in places, but they're all HC categorized, just like the Mont Ventoux is. And most riders early in the week weren't that like, oh my God, it's the Mont Ventoux, we're all going to die. They're like worried later in the week when the fatigue is really set in. Those days are designed to destroy the tour. So all Taddy has to do is survive them. Ride with Jonas, and he's won the Tour de France. So Soler was in the mix yesterday too that I didn't see. UAE rewards their loyal riders like Tim Mullins with the polka dots jersey and the green light to go for stage win when the time is right. Yeah, exactly. When Poggy's got the lead right now, it should be okay. Who can we set up for the win today? I really like when the main rider on the team helps his teammates win too. It can't be just all about the GC guy. Otherwise, your support riders are going to be like, man, those support riders are thinking, man, I'm pretty good. I'm a good cyclist. I can do this. Maybe I need to go somewhere else. Where is Ayuso these days, guys? Where is he? Okay, so we got Once Here from Sydney. Once Here looks like a brand new viewer today from Sydney, Australia, I believe. Or perhaps Sydney, Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Ooh, look at this dude here. Mark Heyman's greetings from Turkey. Dude, when I see your name there, I wanted to say Matty Heyman. DS right now for... Is he for Jaco? No. Yeah, he is for Jaco. He's for Jaco Alula. Matty Heyman's won the Paris-Roubaix a few years back. Great cyclist. Love that guy. So just when I see your name, Heyman's there. So Mark Heyman's here, brand new today from Turkey. We've got Vika Frankovic cheering on Poggy. Vika, are you Slovenian? I'm just trying to guess by your name. I could be totally wrong, but I'm just taking a wild guess, just putting it out there. This is a big gamble on my part, guys. Ooh, just seen some promos for the Femmes Tour, guys. Don't forget Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift. I'm going to use that whole name the whole time. They're doing some promos right now for the Ladies Tour. I just did it. I don't want to call it the Ladies Tour. I don't want to call it the Girls Tour either. Don't do that, Colin. It's the Women's Tour. But I think I can say Ladies Tour too. Or the Femmes. I watched all the highlights again yesterday. Yes, last year's tour was pretty controversial for the women. Go back and watch the highlights, guys, and you can see the battles that are coming up. It's going to be insane. Okay, guys, just blasting along here, trying to catch up with folks. 164 riders remain from 181 riders from Stage 1. We did lose a couple riders in Stage 1. We lost Ghana, and I think we lost Bissinger in Stage 1 alone. Yeah, guys, don't forget, Women's Tour starts Saturday. How I'm doing that, I can't do both stages at the same time. I might try to do something later in the day so it'll be live for me, watching Flow Bikes over here, telling you the best I can about it. Or I might do a hour to an hour and a half live stream before the Stage 3 on the Monday. So the Women's Tour starts Saturday. Stage 1 and 2 Saturday and Sunday. Stage 3 would be Monday. They just run 9 days straight. They don't do a rest day. They don't need a rest day like the men's guys. Just kidding. So they do 9 stages. They start in Brittany. So it's going to be windy, crosswinds. They have a couple of stages up there. Could be pure mayhem for them. And then they work their way completely across to the southeast corner of France, where they start taking on the mountains. So I'm thinking Stage 1 and 2 will be like a preamble to the live stream that day. Moving on, guys. Moving on. Oh, that's right. KLBSS Reviews. Dude, who are you? Thanks for jumping in. I can tell you're a lurker because you heard what I said. Pogi means handsome in Tagalog. Filipino language here, guys. Tagalog. I am full Pogi today, bro. Full Pogi. I'm going full Pogi. Hoping that, anyways. Pogi van der Berdrieger from Julius Caesar here. Julius has been on a lot too. Intermarché, Lotto, FDJ need to do something today. Second to last chance from them. Yeah, they are running out of chances. Sudal on the front. Team Simmons up there as well. Tom Scoyens. Taking a look at Victor here in his Super Aero helmet. He refuses to wear a ventilated helmet. Doesn't need it because he's shaved bald. Just coming on the back of the group right now. They're obviously in it's interesting seeing this, and I like seeing this. They're in a garbage, you're allowed to dump your garbage here area because there's just junk all over the road. So it is kind of cool they fixed that up. The bottles I don't care about because I know the bottles are going to be collected by someone. But like the gels and the wrappers and all that, previous years in the tour, like I think maybe even 5 years ago, it was just all thrown out. And now I think there was cleanup crews that went behind them, but still, they can't get it all. So now they have designated dumping spots. So if you're brand new here and you're like, okay, I like this Tour de France stuff. It's got good scenery. I don't know one person here. I don't know who this guy is talking to me. Colin, Inside Cycling World, that's who it is. They have designated like 1 to 2 kilometer long intervals where you dump your garbage here, and if you don't, you're going to get a fine later. Wake Bong, watching from Sweden here. You're awesome. Thank you so much, dude. No, you're awesome. Guys, I'm going to work on the camera today. Joey said to me my camera setup was terrible yesterday. I had it too much over here. I'm trying to get it more kind of like face level. She actually said she's constantly got me doing things. She goes, you need to redo your entire studio. So I guarantee you in the back of her mind, she's already got it planned out. She's probably going to have me doing renos today. Jonas, bro, I need your help. Jonas, I'm doing some floor laminations in here, laminated flooring, vinyl. I need your help, bro. Just stop racing at the Tour de France. I'll fly you over, my dime, and I need some of your assistance over here. Okay, so Wake Bong, dude, thank you so much for watching. Dude, where are you in Sweden? When people say Sweden, I'm like, give me something more. Where you at? Sweden, guys, just so you know, big for all the Nordic sports. They're actually really involved in sled dog racing as well, guys. I think I'm going to do some of that this winter too. So the channel's a bit of everything. The channel is 99.9% cycling and 0.1% other stuff. So that's going to come down the road because Joey's like, I've talked to her about it before. She's like, you'd be really good at that, but you need to make a new channel. I don't want to make a new channel. I'm just not interested. So I'm going to do some sled dog racing this winter. What does that mean? I jump in my car. I head way up north. We're talking, 1,000 kilometers north of here. 1,000? Oh, yeah, it could be. I think it's 800 kilometers from here to, say, Prince Albert. And then L'Orange is probably another 200 kilometers up the highway. L'Orange is kind of like the end of the road. After that, it's like gravel roads, trails. In the wintertime, the roads are the lakes. You drive down onto the lake and you drive along the lakes. I've been up there. I've done those races. I think it would be really cool because as a camera dude on the side of the road, I raced dogs for 21 years. If I saw a musher in trouble, you can assist them. So if you see a runaway team coming down the trail, I would have no problems watching that team and knowing how to wrangle them. My key thing would be when I see a runaway team at a dog race, guys, we still got our 4 riders up front. They got a 2-minute and 15-second gap here. Things are just getting teed up for the sprint point coming up. It's coming real fast, though. Coming real fast. Going to jump back to the other point. If I ever saw a runaway team coming down the road, it does happen all the time. I would be looking for dogs that are tangled, because when they get tangled, that's when they get injured. Let's take a look at the average speed right now. 44.2. So guys, it's really not that fast. However, looking at the front of the peloton right now, you would think it was an all-out sprint. Now they're finally showing the winds today for me here, guys. The winds right now are coming across their left shoulder. Crosswind to just barely a tailwind. Like a cross left side tailwind at this point. So how will that affect the race later? Yeah, when there's the turns in the roads, it's going to start changing things up. Right before the sprint point, due to the way the road turns, it becomes more of a cross headwind, just slightly. Team Simmons sitting on the front, mullet just rocking it right out. I think he's the only rider with a mullet. He's one of a kind, this guy. Having a little look at Guillaume Martin here, rider that hasn't done a ton this year. However, he sits at 13th overall for Groupama, 35 minutes down. Maybe looking for an exploitive attack tomorrow or Friday in the mountains. Some of these big, long stages when the GC is getting kind of tired, GC leaders, they'll allow huge breaks to go. Yeah, Soudal, Lidl Trek at the front, guys. And I'll do what I do before. Best way for me to do it is kind of jump to the live track mode because it won't show the leader. And I'll call in the sprint the way I see it. I'll give it to you my style. Morten Johansson, watch. Okay, Morten Johansson, dude, where are you? I just saw that. Okay, Morten Johansson, watch you every stage. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you for your excellent coverage. Norwegian in Thailand. Dude, I love it. I know I was talking to some of the Filipino viewers and or people living in the Philippines. I think it's monsoon season there. It must be the same in Thailand. Rains every day. Let me know. Vika Frankovic again. Oh, she's saying Primos bronze, Pogi gold. I agree. That could happen. It could happen. Team struggles there, isn't there? I wonder what happens in Red Bull's team meetings at night. You got, looks like a resurgent Primos. And I always love to point out all the armchair critics, even a lot of dudes in the mainstream media saying, oh, Primos needs to retire. Why? Why does he need to retire? I think people just forget how good he really is. I can see Jonathan Milan hovering in about 10th spot right now, maybe 6th or 7th spot actually. Teeing up for the sprint now. According to this, we are almost on the sprint, guys. Almost on the sprint. I'm going to go to the live tracking this way because when the sprint happens, I don't get to see it pop up on screen here. I'm going to use this one here. I want to get as live as I possibly can. I'm probably still behind by about 500 meters of road time watching this. I'll let you know how it goes. Andrew Moss asking, what are the latest green jersey standings? Let's take a look, Andrew. Jonathan Milan in first. I think Poggy's behind by 11 points. Yes, he is. He's down by 11 points. Binyam's at 169. So Binyam has to win everything now to take that green jersey away. Poggy will take some green jersey points tomorrow. They have green jersey points at the top of the hill climbs. Tim Murley is at 150. Tim Murley and Binyam could have a fight. Look at this. Jonas Vingegaard, 150 points. He's in 5th place right now. Come back to this one. Oh, wow. What happened here? On the wrong stage, guys. Let's go to the live view here. Okay. Going to hit this one here. Here's our group of 4 still. So these guys up front, they're going to steal some of the points. They are stealing points away. Now, there's no one here from Bingham team. There's no Trek riders here. There's no Soudal riders here. So these are just random points that are going to be scooped up. Again, points are important. I'm sure all of these points help towards UCI standings. There must be some designation as to who won the sprint. Again, there will be a monetary reward for winning the sprint. And there's always like a local prize too. Okay, June Basada from the Philippines is here as well. Good day to you, everyone. Don's waving. Okay, Don saying I predict Marc Soler and Pavel Sivakov to do some work the next 2 stages. Yeah, I can see that too. So that's 2 riders from UAE. Sivakov and Marc Soler. Climbers. June, I'm doing great. How are you doing? I think it's 12 hours ahead for you. So June, let me guess. It is currently 8:49 for you at night there, I believe. Is that correct? 8:49 p.m. for June here. Still on my coffees, guys. I will be taking a break in a little while to go have the 3rd one of the day. Oh, and it's hotter than it was 5 minutes ago. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's like cold pizza, guys. I hate cold pizza too. It has to be heated up. Ervard here is back. Ervard's here. Ervard's been here most days as well. Good morning. Good day to you, dude. Vitka, greetings from Slovenia. Our guys love mountains. Yes, indeed, they do. So, Vitka, you are Vitka Frankovic from Slovenia. Don, Juan Uso, I thought he would have been with Del Toro in Austria. Yeah, he wasn't there either. And I did mention yesterday too, Don. Okay, so that's a bit delayed, I think. I just saw Del Toro win another race. Where was it? It was a 1-day race in Spain. So that was on YouTube. You can go find it on YouTube. I forget what it was called. It's only the second Classica. Oh, I forget now. And 0 commentary. It's just like all you hear is a helicopter and motorbikes. So I'm like, man, I should just download that and put some commentary to it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I might try that out. Bike Terra, thank you very much here, dude. Bike Terra, we got to give Bike Terra some love here, guys. Thumbs up for Bike Terra. Thank you so much for 2 coffees that I can have fun with today. Rider doing a little stretch here for Total Energies. One of the riders that's in the break, stretching out his back. He pretends he's stretching. He's actually just not wanting to take his turn at the front. That's what's going on there, folks. I'm just kidding. Kidding. I like to be controversial here. Update on the leader, sir. Just tuned in. Dude, so we have 4 riders up the road. 4 riders in the breakaway. They've been in the breakaway since kilometer 0. Quentin Pache for Groupama FDJ. Bergado for Total Energies. That was the guy that was just stretching, not taking his turn. Jonas Abrahamson, who won stage 11 for UNOX Mobility. And Albanese for EF Education. Now again, I'm not watching the leaderboard here for the sprints. I'm watching the sprint, how it goes down. I'll tell you how it goes. Vika saying, Vika Frankovic from Slovenia, the harder it gets, the better our guys go. I agree with you. Julius Caesar, are bikes inspected after stage? Yes, they are. They are. You can find, there's so many feeds that you can find data on here, guys. I'm still watching the sprint here. Want to watch it closely. Make sure I'm live. It says I'm live here, but I know the stream is delayed by about 500 meters. So could be 30 seconds of road racing. So I'm not going to look over here. At the front right now is Soudal rider, Team Simmons in second, followed up with 3 Trek riders, Jonathan Milan, the 4th Trek rider, and then 2 more Trek riders behind him. I see Bingham and his teammates lurking on the right-hand side of the road right now. Definitely climbing, definitely windy here too. It's just, I just passed the 3-kilometer flag to the sprint. I think they're actually about a 1 kilometer ahead. Tim Merlier here looking for the sprint as well. So I will look later today and see, are there any, so you get UCI points for winning the race, you get UCI points for winning a stage at the tour, and they're all placed down to a certain point past that. Is that 10, 15, 20 riders? I don't know. I can see them actually giving points for some of these sprint points as well. And if it's not sprint points, it's cash monies towards the team. So I think I saw, now this, I heard this in a book I'm listening to. The one year, I think it was Team Sky won, they won like 800,000 euros. Second place team gets 200,000 euros. So all these cash prizes along the way, and I'm rounding those numbers, guys. I think the payout for the entire tour that year was like 1.2 million euros to the teams. Sky, who won, Team Sky with Chris Froome, got over 800,000 euros. Second place team didn't even get a quarter of what Sky got. And then it just drops from there. So a lot of these smaller teams are winning money out on the roads in what you would call a prime. That's what they used to call it in the day, a prime. It's a cash prize along the road. I'm watching my live version, guys. Desynced a little bit here, but I'm going to call this as I see it. They're 1 kilometer out from the sprint point now, so I'm going to watch that. Obviously, the first 4 positions are going to be, that's the front riders too. Front riders are just getting ready to go through live over here. They're just going through the sprint point now, so there's points down to 15th, 20 points for first, 1 point for 15th place. Points are going to be broomed up, the big points, by these 4, and there's been a crash at the back, folks. There has been a crash. Intermarché rider down. Don't worry, guys, not Binyam. Just some other poor dude. Louis Barre for Intermarché Wanty, and he looks pretty hurt. The way he's sitting, he's holding his left hip. He is sitting on his right side, so hopefully he skittered and didn't just do a kaplonk on the road, a gadoosh as we call it here, where it's just like bang. There's no way to get yourself down. There's no way to slide into it. Yeah, he's sitting on the road. Medicar is looking at his left thigh, left hip area. I think this guy was in the breakaway at one point yesterday. He's 83rd overall at the tour. Looks like 2 hours and 40-something minutes down. Sprint's already going off here. Who's leading out? The Uno X dude. Uno X dude, Abrahamson going for it. This is Jonas Abrahamson. Is it Jonas or Tobias? I mixed their names up. Total Energy Riders was giving it a go and then backs off. So Total Energies and Uno X interested in the cash prizes there for the Skoda Sprint. Yeah, I keep forgetting to mention it's Skoda. Skoda's a huge sponsor of the Tour de France, and I love their cars. Did I tell you guys ever how much I love Skoda automobiles? Probably my favorite car of all time. Wink, wink. As if that would do anything, right? But could you imagine? Could you imagine? Skoda calls me up today. Dude, we got a car for you. It's going to be like a 1983 Skoda when they were in their prime. I'm going to back up here a second. Julius Caesar, are bikes inspected after stage? I don't know if they're inspected every stage. I think they are. There was a comment a few days ago, 60 bikes were inspected for technological scrutineering. Now, you can take that for whatever you want it to be. Guys, I'm still watching, so I can't see any results that's happened here. I'm not going to scroll down the screen because I know some of you are right on top of this. Someday there may be a second commentator here over at Inside Cycling World, folks, so yeah, I'm just making that up, but whatever. So the first 4 points are gone. We've got Lidl Trek pushing at the front. Soudal is right there. We got a Lidl rider and Soudal rider between a Trek sandwich with Quinn Simmons sitting in 3rd place. 4th place is Tom Scoynes, another Trek rider, Jonathan Milan, and then Binyam. So Binyam's going to have to surf the wheels here. I think there's one other Intermarché rider there riding behind Binyam. Really not going to be doing much for him here. So they need to get in front of Binyam. That's part of Binyam's troubles right now. His team is not super gelled. Maybe the team's changed a little bit. Leading it out right now, Jonathan Milan up the middle. Violent attack up the middle. Binyam right with him. But Jonathan Milan easily can pull away. Oh, that was pretty close. Binyam had some really nice closing speed. I think Jonathan cut it down a little bit early there. I'm going to get back to absolutely live here, guys, and catch up with the chats. I see Mike here. Mike Hand Grenade Division. So, dude, yeah, Julius, again, to your question, they do inspect the bikes afterwards. And again, I like to be the conspiracy theorist here, guys. If no one's mechanical doping, then why are they inspecting the bikes? Long pause. Very long pause. Just think about that for a little bit. If no one's mechanical doping. Okay, so it's probably Luis Barre back on his bike for Intermarché. This guy looks like he's hurting. Hopefully he can get moving here. Cortasi's back. Dude, you haven't been here for a couple days. Where you been? Ayuso, Del Toro, Almeida at next year's Tour de France for a 5th Pogi win. Dude, there's so much firepower in the names you've mentioned. Obviously, Cortasi. Cortasi, I know him. He knows his cycling. He's a total Pogi supporter. Love it, dude. Really like people that are behind their teams, behind their riders. Dude, that team's too powerful. All I can see with Ayuso specifically is infighting. Even Almeida, like, unless they're going to pay him huge amounts of money just to, dude, you never get to win. You never get to win a stage. It's all about Pogi, but here's your money. I guess that's what you have to look at it as. And moving on to Mike here. Guys, I've known Mike here. Mike just bought me a steep coffee. What do you say? Steep tea at Tim Hortons. Guys, Tim Hortons, greatest coffee place on the planet. Mike will attest to that. We never go to Starbucks. Tim Hortons. I need a gift card. I need a 20-pack of Timbits stat. So, Mike, thank you very much, dude. You didn't have to, but, dude, I really appreciate it. I've known Mike since... Mike, what would be the first year? I think I met Mike in 1984, guys. Holy crap, Mike. We've known each other 40 years, like now. Actually, me and Mike would have met each other probably the first week of September in 1984. That's when I started high school, guys. Yeah, it would have been 1984. Graduated in 87. We met in social studies class. Can't remember the teacher's name. I guarantee you Mike knows the teacher's name. I won't remember right now. So, Mike, I do have my steep coffee. We'll go with that. Okay, so KBLSS reviews. Dude, what do you review? That sounds like a channeling to me. Filipino-Canadian from TO, Toronto. Love your Tour de France coverage. Thank you so much, dude. Thanks for hanging out here with us. Ooh, look at this dude here. Sadiq Williams. Hi, I'm from South Africa. Our waiter on Saturday night at the Salt Lick Steakhouse in Calgary, downtown, it was really good. Not my favorite. I'm going to say that right now. Salt Lick, you're never going to see this, so who cares? I didn't have the filet. I had the ribeye because the fillets were tiny. They were 6-ounce fillets. I am a full-size guy. I need at least an 8 or a 10-ounce filet. So I went with the ribeye. You know, whatever. Yeah, so our waiter, cool dude from South Africa, living in Canada now. Okay, got to back up, guys. Got to back up. Mike, thank you so much again, dude. So Mike's going to let me know here in a little bit who our social studies teacher was way back in the day. So weird thinking back, you know, and not to sound gloomy, but that guy is no longer probably around. Whenever I think about stuff like that, it's like, oh, wow, that's weird. Dawn, 3 pockets on my bike jersey. 1 for food, 1 for phone, 1 for garbage, banana peels, and wrappers. Good idea, Dawn. Wake Bong. This is the guy from Sweden in the middle. Askersund. I'm going to look that up later, dude. Let's go back to the race here, guys. See those gaps? Now I'll be able to scroll down. I want to do my commentary. I don't want to do what they're doing over here. So, but here we will get the points now. So Abrahamson took it over the Total Energy guy. That was Bergadeau. They were the only 2 that even contested it, just so you know. The other 2 just coasted along at the back. They were 100 meters back. So here we go. 2 minutes back. Milan easily took it. You know, Girmay had a good little sprint at the end. He was a lot closer at the end than I thought it was going to be. Milan shut it down way sooner. Girmay kept going. Turgis is always there or thereabouts as well. 9 points. Consoni. You're going to see a lot of Trek guys here. Like, look at this. We got Milan here, Trek guy. Consoni, I believe, is a Trek rider. Simmons is a Trek rider. Sudal rider. Scoins is a Trek rider. Edvard Toynes is a Trek rider. I think Stuyven is a Trek rider. So they're sweeping up all the points there. And they are talking about Barry back here. I'm hoping there's maybe a French rider, French speaker here. How do I say his name? Is it Barry? Beret? It's Beret. It's going to be beret as in a raspberry beret. So that's all we got from the tour feed there itself. Jumping back here, so we know that Wake Bong is in the middle. Askersund. I do have Bike Terra floating in the background right now, guys. Let me just double check that. Probably going to hold off on using Bike Terra again until tomorrow. I just want to make sure I've got it here. Okay, no, I don't. I'm going to fire it up just in case we get some funky looking stuff later in the race. Nope. Let me just do this quick. It should just pop up there now. Perfect. So I'm doing this all on the sideline here, guys. You guys can't see it. Let's just look at the routes they have today. Guys, so if you were to go over and take a look at Bike Terra, free to use, up to a limit. Ooh, this is going to be so bright on me now. They got Swiss National Championships from 2025, so an official route. Looks like a bit of a hill climb at the beginning and then a flat section. Green Lake Loop, Black Mountain. They've got an Italian route here, Lago Maggiore, Canero Riviera to Locarno. Box Hill, Monaco Hills, West Park Loop, Birch Bay Highlands, Roca Corba, and Washington River Canyon. I'm not even sure which ones are available to me right now. I don't know. Guys, so if Bike Terra's here, guys, are you guys providing more routes for people to ride now? I'm not sure. Used to be 6 routes available. And guys, here is stage 17 of the Tour de France. So I'm doing this offline. I'm going to spectate that now. And I think they've implemented more features into it so that it's kind of syncing quicker all the time. So guys, I'm all offline. I'm on the Peloton right now. I'm going to jump to the leading group. And guess what? It shows me Quentin Pache, Mathieu Bergadeau, Jonas Abrahamson, and Vincenzo Albanese. Going to zip up the road here. I'm going to wait until... wow, this looks really good today, guys. Really good. Really good here. I will jump back to just the actual tour itself. And we're going to jump into that a little bit later, probably on the climb, the Col de Portuis. I like showing where the climb kind of zips back and forward. Why don't we do that right now? Let's zoom in on this climb here. Yeah, so this is what I want to see. I want to see these little switchbacks where we can look back and you can get a perspective of where the groups and the bunches are. So we'll do that in a little bit. I told the guys this morning, I was up first thing, and they're already in their Discord. I said stage 18 and 19, it will be on all the time. Okay, I got to catch up, guys. Everard, this might be a day for Benny if it ends in a sprint. Yeah, exactly. See if that happens. Brett Rogers, I had a thought this morning after listening to David Miller talking about how one day Team Visma is strong and the next day Team UAE is. I didn't catch up. So David Miller, one of my faves too. I've read both his books. He has 2 great books out there. The doping era, all that stuff. He was an incredible time trialist. I would say probably the best time trialist back then. 40 to 50 kilometer long time trials. Team Radio, we think that things can still happen. Things can still happen. Once we get into these climbs, there's a possibility that the race could open up again if there's not too much of a gap. At the moment, it's around 145. And let's just see if that's what it is. I think that was pretty live. Yeah, it's 148 right now. So that's the Total Energies car rating up to their boy up front, Mathieu Bergadeau here. So they're still hoping he can do something. Alaphilippe's on screen. Oh, he's slapping Valentin Pariponche on the back here. Loves this guy. Love it. Love the camaraderie out there. You know what? It's funny here. I'm looking at Alaphilippe and you look at Pariponche on screen. It looks like a younger version of him. Just skinnier than Alaphilippe, if you can believe that. They kind of got the same look, the same complexion, the same rugged, bearded type, scruffy look on their faces going on. Very similar looking dudes to me. Jeff here says, is it over? This is a good one, Jeff. Is it over? Did we win? Are we doing La Vuelta? Dude, that's coming up next month. I'm already studying it. And guys, I'm really, really excited about Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift. Watching all the highlights from yesterday, watching the Giro Donne last week. It's going to be some great racing. I actually thought about it yesterday too. With the women being generally smaller in stature, they're probably a lot more aerodynamic than the men. I just thought about that yesterday. I'm like, what's the big difference? Well, they're way smaller. Which at first kind of catches me out because I'm like, where's all the big riders? They're smaller. But they're all giving her hard. Some of the sprinters are really good. There's a woman named... Oh, she had the green jersey last year. Her last name looks like Cool. I want to just call her Cool. I think it's Cole. Powerful rider, I'll tell you that right now. I think she did withdraw from last year's Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift. Brett Rogers, do you think this kind of up and down team ability is an indication of a cleaner sport, i.e. in the past CSE, USPS, and dare I say it, Sky could power for day after day? Dude, when you say that, yeah, I know what you're saying. And that audiobook I'm listening to, I'm almost done. Joey Jojo, I need part one. I need part one. You don't listen to your audiobook credits. She pays for them every month. They expire every month. Send me some books. Dude. I'll have to notify her again. I think I've notified her 3 times. They said one year, and I don't know if it was USPS or whatever, where Lance's team was doing terrible. The whole team was just not doing well. That's the year that the team bus broke down. Guys, this is all public knowledge too. This is not something that I just know. If you do a little bit of reading about it, I've ordered Wheelman. That's like the big deep dive into the Lance whole thing. And it's not just Lance. That's where the team bus broke down. The bus driver hung on at the back of the bus, pretending he was working something, banging around with a screwdriver or something on the back of the engine there, doing absolutely nothing. And the team riders laid down on the floor of the bus and all received blood transfusions. And the next day, ta-da! They absolutely smashed it. They've pieced this all back together. At the time, no one knew what was going on. Like, oh, wow. Lance's team, probably would have been US. Maybe it was Motorola. I don't know. Is doing an incredible job today. Oh, wow. Yeah. All that kind of good stuff. And then you look back and it's like, oh, based on the testimony of all these dudes, people that were there, it's all came out. We won't charge you if you testify and let us know what happened. They can tell you exactly, yeah, we all got blood transfusions the night before. That's how it was. Yeah, Brett, who knows what was going on then? I just know in the past they'd have bad days and then all of a sudden they'd come out and have a really good day the next day. Something happened that night. Dude, Wade, exactly. Del Toro is a Pogi prodigy. It's kind of hard to say Pogi prodigy. He's winning everything right now. And guys, take a look at... I don't do much of my whoosh stuff anymore. And guys, is it my whoosh or my whoosh? I'm saying it's my whoosh. I see the double O. It's my whoosh. It's not my whoosh. A lot of people say my whoosh, and including the people that work there. So I'm saying it's my whoosh. Cy Bradley has a podcast interview with the head of performance for UAE. And he talked about, I listened to 30 seconds of it. It's on my phone right now. It was a little highlight thing I saw. He talked about, he was looking at Del Toro's numbers two months before he joined the team. You wouldn't have thought he could be that special. 2 months into our program, with our nutrition, training, all stuff, he's like World Tour guy. He's at the top. So it's incredible what they can do. Oh, Wade saying there's a crash that I've missed. Okay, that was Lewis. Okay, guys, I'm way behind. Surely you'd think that a team putting up so much money could put out a plan of attack and not just concede yellow. Yeah, Julius, I think you're talking about Visma here. I think they do have a plan of attack. Their plan of attack, because Poggy's so good right now. Poggy is so on fire right now. And guys, we've seen this before. Riders that dominate the Tour, dominate stage racing, dominate the classics. Different eras. But there's always those guys that stand out. Happens in women's cycling too. Guys, I'll be the first to admit I'm not super up to date on women's cycling, but I'm taking it all in right now. All I'm doing right now, anytime I have free time, which is all the time, I'm catching up on all the women's cycling. Any bit of replays I can find, because I want to know what I'm talking about for you guys next week. And Mike says here, the gadoosh. Yes, the gadoosh, Mike. Skoda, pretty good in rally. Yes, they are. But I don't know about 1983 Skoda. What do you guys think? Wade, what do you think of Skoda's? I remember when Skoda's first came across Canada, it was like, what are those things? I don't think I've seen one on the road in probably 40 years here, since me and Mike met each other in high school in 1984, September of 1984, Mike. June Basada here again. Appreciate very much the mention. We have monsoon season, flooded streets in the last 2 days. Hope weather will improve coming days. I think when I was in 1 year, I went to Mexico in May by myself. I was finding myself. Mental health break. No, it wasn't. I just went on vacation with myself. And it poured at the end of every day. And where I was okay because I was higher up on the mountain. But down below, the water would just like go through people's houses. No one there has carpet. It's all tile. So the water just kind of gushes in and gushes out. Guys, that climb's coming real soon here. This is not an easy climb. It's nothing like the Ventoux. It's going to be a leg snapper, 4 kilometers at 6.6%. So you would notice this climb in your car. That's for sure. Just going to jump back here and see if we've got any reports from Race Radio. So here we go. They're saying themselves here, and again, this is from Tour de France, some breathing room for Milan in the point standings. After the intermediate sprint, Jonathan Milan lead El Trek at 262. Today, Pogacar, 240. Binyam, 179. Tim Merlier, 156. Jonas, 150. Jonas' points were the same at the start of the day. So we have 98 kilometers of racing still left. Our 4 riders still up front on the breakaway. They currently have a 1 minute 46 second gap. I would expect some other riders to be attacking now on the climb to try to catch up with them, to attack over the top of the Col de Pertuis and escape together. Yes, Mike. As soon as you say the name, dude, I totally remember it. I'd like to think I have a good memory. Mike's memory is way better than mine. So yeah, monsoon season in Philippines. I imagine it's all in that part of the world. That whole Southeast Asia part there, Vietnam, Thailand, there must be monsoon every day. Tikala is talking about mechanical doping. Guys, they're still looking for it. They do urine samples every day. I don't know if the stage winner has to do anything more above that. So it used to be they selected like the stage winner, and I think it changes all the time with the tour, and some random riders. They tested 60 bikes. That was a third of the peloton. So what are they using to test the bikes? I don't know. They don't have a big scanner that travels to every race. They say they do, but it doesn't go to every race. There's an 8-part podcast you can listen to, Ghost in the Machine. It's really interesting. And I think the guy that does that podcast, he also does the Rouleur podcast. As soon as I put it on a few nights ago, I'm like, hey, that's the same voice. I think his name's Chris something. Young dude. Cycling journalist, apparently. He spoke to the UCI, and they told him, face to face, it's recorded, we are implementing new measures to catch, to improve our technological scrutineering, which means they're looking for mechanical doping. Okay, and again, if you're absolutely convinced it's not in the tour, or cycling in general, why are you looking for it? Just put that out there. Barre back at the medical car right now. His whole left arm is being bandaged. They were checking out his leg, and he was holding his leg. Okay, they're taking a look at his knee as well. Guys, remember when Skelmos crashed out a few days ago? I guess he hit a sign. Go look online somewhere, anywhere on social media, and see how horrific his left arm looks. He is back on the bike. The whole thing is absolutely bruised. Blood deposits in it. Looking here on the climb, Ineos on the front, Geraint Thomas, second place rider, and there might be another Ineos rider there. Yeah, there's 3 Ineos guys in the front, 4 Ineos guys in the front. Probably trying to set something up for Carlos Rodriguez today. He was very close with Ben Healy. I think it was a separation of 20 seconds between 9th and 10th place. That's out to 3 minutes now with Ben Healy's impressive performance yesterday. Chat time again. And yeah, I forgot to do this too. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I did change the camera. You guys can see things look different here today. You can see more of the bike here today. You can probably see more of my mic, which you don't need to see. Whatever. Who cares? It's all good. This is all amateur hour commentary over here anyways. Do we have live broadcasting of the actual video or race, or is it only possible? So this is Pi Code. This is a new commenter here. Dude, yeah, so I can't show you the race itself because unless you're paying for it and you're showing it, you're violating copyright. You will be copyright struck immediately. If you're finding videos online that are showing it, you can see that they're probably gonna get pulled down every 30 minutes to an hour. It's just people rebroadcasting it. The funniest thing I saw so far this year was a guy, you could see his camera looking at his TV because you could see everything that was around his TV and you could hear his family chit-chatting in the background. Just like, dude, like, what are you even doing with your life? Like, it's like the old days when people would go to the movie theater and sit there with a camera, a handy cam, watching the movie. Like, just stop. Yes, Mike. Social 10 with Mr. Preston. I do remember that quite well now. Mr. Preston. Robert saying, good morning, go Giants. Okay. Julius Caesar, the Free Republic of Alberta. Yeah, Alberta is talking a lot about independence these days. I'm trying to ignore most of it, honestly. Part of me is like, yeah! And the other part's like, what's it going to do? Ineos driving the front here, guys, with Team Simmons sitting in 4th place. EF Team is coming up behind them here now as well. Let's take a look at the polka dots right now. I'm sure Pogi has it. He's got everything, doesn't he? We're going to look at that right now, and I probably will do some Bike Terra action here, I think. So Pogi in first place was 60. He's tied with Martinez. Does this seem right, guys? Does this seem... Oh, because the other points would have been swept up yesterday, I think, by Ben Healy, Perry Ponch. I thought it would be different. I'm going to double check that later here to make sure about this. I don't think that's correct. Let's get to a live route here. Looking at the stage now, we're going to just quickly zip in. We got our 4 riders here. I'm going to jump back over here for a second and see what we can do here. Just going to let this fire up. Leading group. Quentin Pache. Okay, guys, it's going to be time for this. Appreciate all their support coming through. Just trying to move some stuff around for you here. Let's take a look at what's going on the climb. I need to do this here. Ooh. I think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be this. And boom, folks. Wow. I'm actually learning how to do this way better, guys. So what are you looking at now, guys? All of you pros, all of you OG Inside Cycling World viewers know we're now looking at Bike Terra. Take a look at the profile here in the bottom corner again. Just trying to show you some of the features of it. We can look at the climb here. Here is the actual climb that we are doing right now. Just kind of memorize those little squiggles in your head. There's a town here called La Pâté. I like that. We have 4 riders doing this climb right now. I will try, and it's actually showing you the gradient. We got an 8% gradient. And look at the riders here. Quentin Pache, Mathieu Bergadeau, Jonas Abrahamson, Vincenzo Albanese. I'm just going to say right now, Bike Terra, you do a better job of showing who is in the groups than the Tour de France does. Because I don't have to just pretend I know their first names. Because, guys, I do forget their first names. So going around that hard corner there, now what we're going to do, we're going to just take a bounce back to the peloton. It does say they're 2 minutes behind. So it's not going to show the entire peloton guys. It only shows 12 riders. But what's interesting here, while they're showing the top 10 here, this group will be quite big. So they're too far apart right now for me to really show you what's going on. However, you can see riders off the back. It's saying 61 meters back here. We've got, I think this is Connor Swift back here. It is Connor Swift. So Connor Swift falling off the back a little bit. I'd have to double check here. Guys, this could be 20, 30 riders back here. They're only showing up to groups of 12. So let's just back out of this for a little bit. What you can see, though, here is just, we'll go to the peloton. We're going to pick, we'll pick Pogi himself. Should all populate in right away. And you can see where they are on the climb. They haven't got to La Pâté yet. My favorite town, Pâté. So they're not there yet. Our leaders are through the town. They're almost at the top of the climb right now, I would imagine. Let's just jump back. I'll jump back and give you... I'm just kind of memorizing what I'm seeing. I imagine they're on that last hard turn up there. We'll jump to Abrahamson. Yep, they are on that last hard turn up there. You can see the turn happening on the map here right before our eyes. They're taking a hard right bend right now. Wind direction is going to change. And then I think they're descending now. Let's keep an eye on their speed here. Just going to hang out here for a little bit, guys. I should make sure that you're actually seeing all this. Yes, you are. And what you're seeing here is just a visual representation of what's roughly nearby. Now, if we were to look at the map here, there's probably going to be a couple of buildings located nearby on the map, which there is. You can just see them here on the map. So it's giving you, and for me, I think this is the best way to show it. Bike Terra's concept of going a little bit simpler to run through a browser, not huge demands on your PC, phone, your old tablet, whatever it may be, really easy to get up and running. I will jump back here and tell you who gets the KOM points. I think I'm watching it right now, and it looks like it's going to be my man, Jonas Abrahamson. No, it's not. It's still 1 kilometer out on this replay. I'm going to change it up. It's not going to be my man, Victor Campenarts anymore. It's my man, Jonas Abrahamson. Yeah, guys, the peloton absolutely getting smashed to pieces right now. Looking on my replay here, I don't want to see what's going on here. And you can see here too, we are going downhill. Take a look at the speeds in the left-hand corner, 45k an hour. So it's not a huge downhill, but you can get the idea. It's a full simulation of what's going on in the real world. Let's bounce back, guys. Check out Bike Terra, guys. If you like it, if you enjoy what you're seeing, drop some comments for the Bike Terra boys in my stream here. Guys, I know there's lots of people that see this, so it's a great way to give a little shout out to Bike Terra. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could do that. So we're back in the race, guys. I don't really want to see what's going on here. I want to figure it out myself. So they're through that point right now. We'll just catch up. So our front four, downhill right now, still existing from today, front four. Best place rider, 37th place overall, Quentin Pache. Let's see who got the points. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna think Jonas Abrahamson, because at the 1 kilometer mark he was already attacking. So I'm gonna just scroll down and have a little quick peek here and see who got it. I don't think they've given us anything yet. Okay, so that was Axel Lawrence with Geraint. So Axel Lawrence here, they're just saying he was ready to pull with Geraint Thomas earlier today. He was the guy that tried to jump the gap earlier, bridge up. So they haven't given us any points yet. Well, it does here. The bunch splits. Milana's at the back. They're well over the top here, guys. So very slow feed from the Tour de France today. Meanwhile, Emerson goes first at the summit. I thought he would. I'm not sure if he got the points. Will they show us? They haven't given us any points. It's only 1 point. That seems... Yeah, he did get it. It just lit up on screen right now as I was talking about it. 1 point for that? That's way harder than a one-pointer. 4 kilometers at 6.6%? The entire peloton was blown to pieces. Okay, so this gives me good time to get back into the chat, guys. Currently, our leaders have a 34... That's not correct. Our leaders have a 36-second gap back to the peloton. So that 2-minute lead just got shredded down to 36 seconds. Thomas and friends, there's got 5 riders who are roughly 30 seconds back. The green jersey is now 120 back from the front end. And yes, here's Connor, Swift, and Barry. That's the rider who went down hard earlier. So we'll hang out at the front here. I'm going to catch up in the chat. Those 4 riders there. So go Giants, Free Republic of Alberta. Okay. I think you've been here before, dude. How far delayed am I? I'm trying to catch up, guys. I'm very delayed. Chris, USA. Okay, so Chris is an American living in Nagano, Japan. He's asking, is the tour pretty much in the bag for Pogi? Dude, I would say odds-on favorite to win the tour is Pogi, but there's 2 days coming up that he could absolutely lose the tour. 2 days specifically designed to wear Pogi out. Pogi said at the route preview, this tour was meant to hurt him. Where there's just lots of climbs, long climbs where if he gets isolated and Visma works well as a team, it all has to come together, the pieces. We got morning, Peter Kimball's back, morning all from Minneapolis. Don, Colin, how do you know that Del Toro won twice in 2 weeks? Okay, sorry, Don. Colin, I do know that Del Toro won twice in 2 weeks. I see him being in the 2026 tour with UAE. I see Ayuso leaving UAE. He is too selfish. Yeah, Ayuso will probably be leaving UAE. The rumor mill's already floating that you guys have seen this. Dawn, I know you've seen this. Remco will be at Red Bull next year. I don't know if he's signed, but there's rumors floating around. Who knows? Maybe he's sitting there having terrible days and thought, I don't even care about this anymore. I got a new team next year that's probably better built for me. I'm out. I'd hate to think he did that, but Pie code 9 p.m. at night, okay? I graduated in 87. Were you into Ozzy way back when, as I was? Dude, I wasn't a huge Ozzy fan back then. I've got a lot more respect for Ozzy now, just as I became more of a Metallica fan, because they worshipped Ozzy. They worshipped Black Sabbath. Another great from the past is Lemmy. James Hetfield loves that guy. So I've learned more about them from that. Obviously, I knew all the Ozzy music. It just wasn't my thing back then. And sorry to hear, guys. Ozzy Osbourne passes away yesterday. Dawn's back out into the park for another kickboxing class. Dawn, watch out for those kids running around out there. Dawn, so I think Dawn's actually going out into the park for a quick kickboxing class mid-stream here. Julie said, personally, I hope a Frenchman never... So Julie's saying, personally, I hope a Frenchman never wins the GC again. It's been a while. It has been a while, hasn't it, Julius? R. Stanley back in the mix, dude. Thank you so much for your support from Oklahoma here. We got support coming from Oklahoma. Thank you very much, R. Stanley. Very supportive of the channel, dude. I really appreciate it. Every time this gets better, I don't even know how many people are watching right now. That number seems to be very stagnant. I'm not going to be too concerned about it. I kind of expect this to be a lower, slower day this week. Oh, but that was fantastic. Thank you, Stanley. R. Stanley from Oklahoma. Hopefully the weather's good for you down there. We're having some very stormy days here. Calgary's been smashed around quite a bit. Typical time of year, though. This is the time of year where we get lots of hail, lots of crazy rains, and the occasional tornado warning, which usually is nothing. Nothing like tornadoes and the weather down there in Oklahoma, Kansas. I was in Hamilton in 2003 for the World Championship week. Tried to get a good picture of David Miller on the TT. I could not walk 5 kilometers before he made it around the course. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, David Miller was incredible. I still need to catch up on that, Ned. So it's David Miller and Ned Bolting. They do a little thing at the end of every day. Julius, may the best rider win. Yes, with motor crossed out. Oh, Avard, Mariana Voss. Mariana? Is it Anna or Anne? But Voss, yeah, I mean, so dominant. She won the green jersey last year. I think she's 38, 39 years old. Still super strong. Still able to compete with the best. Oh, Ivar, check out Skoda's Warrior when Herman Gorming's brother was running the company, ignoring sabotage and stealing prisoners from a concentration camp. Okay, that's some history I don't know about. Yes, Robert, I saw her. So I watched all the highlights, guys. I don't know what it was. 8 highlight reels, maybe 10 minutes long. So 80 minutes. I was like, I got to figure out what's going on here. Robert saying, Robert, huge supporter of the channel too. Thank you so much, dude. Watch Puck Peters. And it's when I hear them say it now, when I look at that word, I'm like, Peters, this is how they say it. In the Femmes, she's a young redhead, that's right. She won at one point last year. I think she had the white jersey and the polka dot jersey, I think. In the end, just retained the white jersey. Really young. She had a huge scab on her chin here. She seems really cool. Very fierce competitor. Robert's saying eventually she will win everything. Okay? Anna, to be honest, I don't care that they cheat. It's all about the show with the Tour de France. I don't think it's true. They really look for cheaters. Big stars and breaking records is what brings viewers. Anna, I think I'm on 100% on board with you. I don't look back and I don't look back at the tour in the 90s, the early 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. Guys are still coming out admitting that they did. And usually they'll say, oh yeah, in 1998 I cheated. But they won't say the other years because they know everything will be taken away from them. It was just part of the sport. It's just the way it was. To compete at this level, how can you expect them to race this hard for 3 weeks straight? How can you really expect that at these levels? Okay, guys, looking at some feed here. What's going on? I've been busy here. 4 riders in the front group down to 28 seconds. The whole peloton's coming. Well, actually, the whole peloton's only 121 riders. So some riders are out the back here today, guys. Green jersey group is 37 riders. I'll take a look at it here. Highest place rider will be, as I call him, Van Wilder, but it's Iljan van Wilder. I think he's in 29th place. And then Swift and Barre are out the back. Yeah, so yeah, Puck Peters, as I saw her yesterday, Robert, you're 100% right. She's got like just bright red hair, and it's just like crazy, and yeah, you can tell she's a wild one. And Anna again too, yeah, like you can't expect them to compete at this level and recover every day and give us the same show every day without there being something. And it's such a hard thing to talk about because you can't say that anyone present's doing it because the tour is clean now. There was mechanical doping in the past. 100% that's confirmed. They're still testing for mechanical doping. Even back then, so I I listened to one yesterday. I can't even remember the cyclist's name. He was fully busted afterwards. Wow, seeing Movistar on the front here with Trek doing some work right now. Movistar again had a great performance by Enric Mas yesterday. That was the only thing they were. Oh, I can see. It looks like Tom Scoins is waving the motorbike car away. The motorbike away. The cameraman. Camera cars, camera motorbikes have been involved in the tour this year. I guess it's the motorbikes. And I got to say too, watching some of that other coverage I'm seeing that have no commentary. The motorbike cameramen do such a good job at the tour. They know how to get close, zoom in, try to stay away from the action. I've noticed that some of the other races that are, not top tier, they're so far away you can barely tell what's going on. Julius is asking about Poggy's time trial bike. All I know about Poggy's time trial bike, he had no handlebar tape. So he had no padding on his handlebars, and the bike wasn't even painted. I think they said the paint alone was 200 to 300 grams, so a half pound for a white bike, because they got to put so much white paint on. Oliver Marachikir, there is one on YouTube right now. I think you're probably talking about someone just rebroadcasting something they don't own, I think. Morton's agreeing with Anna. Yeah, guys, my thing too, Lance, the only thing he did wrong that no one else did wrong was the way he attacked people. That's what he did wrong that I don't like. The other riders would take their penalties and say, yeah, you got me. Okay? And even before that, in the 60s and 70s, they test guys afterwards, and they'd receive like a 10-minute penalty. Oh, here's a dude, he's on a boogie board, it looks like, in the field, being pulled by a tiny little, looks like a little tiny pickup truck that is smaller than like a small microcar here, being pulled around the fields of France. So don't fall off, dude. You will get shredded by that, by the crop in that field. Anna from the Niagara region's back too. June here saying great virtual simulation. Yeah, dude, I really think it is. I just wanted to make sure that I do have that all turned off. And think I might have the cameras figured out today. Cameras and, hey guys, it's me. I'm going to look right at you. This is what I actually look like. Versus all you guys see is the top of my head and no bald spots, no bald spots, no bald spots, guys. Yeah, just kidding around here. I definitely don't have Quinn's hair. Maybe I should go for that look. Robert, wow, Quinn Swimmins, not just hanging with the best guys in the world, but thrashing on. Oh, absolutely. Quinn is... I hope he gets a win this year. I really hope he does, so he can prove to himself that he can do it. Dawn, brand new dude here, Dawn Culver. Dawn, is this your first day here? Let me know. I'm interested in knowing where people come from, how they're finding the channel, to see if I'm doing everything right to get maximum attention over here. You guys know I'm doing things differently than the rest. I'm not just talking at you and giving you my expert opinion. I like the interaction. It feels like we're just hanging out, having a chat. Alpecin on the front here too, driving with Team Simmons again. Don's asking, what's Quinn's next tour going to look like? He seems to be an up-and-comer. Yeah, Quinn's great. When you say next tour, when I see you capitalize it, next tour to France, dude, I guess that remains to be seen. He has probably 2 opportunities to win a stage left this year. Today and Saturday, maybe Sunday too. Sunday's a tough stage. It's not going to be our typical parade around the Champs-Élysées. Tom Scoyne's going off the back right now for Liddell Trek. Let's have a look at him, see what's going on here. He's not pedaling. I'm going to think he's got a mechanical back there. He's waiting for a team car to come up. The peloton looking pretty hot and heavy right now, guys. Driving hard. Single file of riders, at least. I'm just going to get a good look at the camera. We're doing a helicopter shot here. 40 riders long. So they are going quite fast right now. And if we look at the average speed, how's that looking? Has it came up yet? Average speed about the same as it was earlier today. However, we have just done a climb. So that's going to bring the average speed down even more. But not as insane as the start yesterday. It's kind of the way they've got this year's tour planned out. They've made it really hard for the riders to decide what to do. Does Quinn Simmons go all in today? And I'm just using Quinn as an example. Or perhaps we should talk about these 4 at the front. Pache, Bergadeau, Abrahamson, and Albanese, who have been gone away. Meter 1, not kilometer 1, meter 1. Do they blow themselves up today to potentially not survive tomorrow? Tomorrow's the kind of day where I think we will see riders not make the time cut. Now off the back here, we can see Quinn Simmons way at the back. He's hanging out with a teammate here. 87. Who is that there? Another Trek rider. So they're at the back having a little chit-chat here. Yeah, Quinn is not gone with the man bun today. Actually, there's a nice split in the peloton right now, guys. There is quite a nice split. Oh, this is the green jersey group chasing. It looks like they can see the other riders just ahead of them. It must be very close, which it is. I'm seeing it already. Green jersey group today actually hanging on really good. So we have 38 riders here. Best place rider, 29th. Ilian Van Wilder. I just like Van Wilder. And so Quinn's way back there. So he's gone from the very front to now he's riding with the green jersey group. Just chilling out in the back a little bit. Here's our front 4 riders. Yeah, wind direction is going to change here, guys. So at this point here, I think we'll be going more into a headwind. When we take this turn up ahead and we start heading more westerly, this will be all headwind through here. And then when we head north again, all through here, this would be a potential for more crosswinds. The wind is coming from the left-hand side of the screen from the west. Alpecin driving at the front, Tudor's up there, Picnic's up there. Actually, I can see 3 riders from Alpecin at the front right now. So Alpecin looking for a stage win, I believe. They're hoping to pull back the breakaway, send riders over the top. Who are we saying it would be for Alpecin today? Niagara region here. Anna, from the Niagara region. St. Catharines, perhaps. At UCI Worlds, the commissaries scan the bikes with a device that looks like an iPad. And then there's also a portable bike scanner in the back of a queue truck equipped to scan. Yeah, I've seen all about that, Anna. Good points here. They talked about that in the podcast too. It's kind of like an iPad they scan with. They did talk to one, I think it was, I don't know if it was a DS or someone that worked for a team, and they said they kind of laugh at the iPad scanner because they said certain carbon layups can basically block or interfere with that scanner. So it's like, really? Is that really possible? And then they talked to a guy during the same podcast. He said, guys, you build your motors, you use brushless motors, and then it doesn't develop that magnetic field that they're looking for. Now, whenever I buy equipment and it says brushless, that means it's better. I pay a bit more money for it. Like, it could be like an electric lawnmower. My best lawnmower ever, guys, has been an electric lawnmower. 40-volt Ryobi electric lawnmower. I love it. So quiet I can listen to my podcast as I'm doing it. I have tons of batteries for it. Yeah, the batteries are brutally expensive. One battery is almost the same cost as the lawnmower. So you got to hope everything holds together. But apparently these brushless motors don't give off the magnetic signal that those iPads are looking for. So they were kind of like, those scans are useless. That's not to say people are doing it. These guys were just saying, and they weren't denying it either. They were just saying those scanners are pretty much useless. The big cube one that Anna's talking about, those work apparently. They can see everything. It's kind of like an X-ray machine. They can see what's inside. The problem is they don't take it to every race. And the guy in the podcast, remember, Ghost in the Machine, 8 parts, really good listen. Even if you don't believe in motor doping, whether you do or you're not, it doesn't matter to me. There's just a lot of good cycling history in there too. So you can learn more about cycling history that way. He says he went to all the races that supposedly had it at, requested info, and a lot of them were like, well, we don't have the info, or that thing never came here to our race. They make it seem like it's everywhere, but it's not. But then again, too, what would be the chances? Like, how could you risk so much to have that little bit of an advantage? That's always the question that comes up. So they are scanning for it. Hello, Colin. I was reading that Pogi broke the record for Ventoux by a minute or so and 4 minutes over Lance in 2002. Yeah, Fred Weiss. Is it Weiss or Weiss? I'm going to say it's Weiss. Because I think you're probably American and you probably say it that way. Yeah, the record was held by Iban Mayo. And guys, just so you know, I think a bunch of riders broke it. So that was the climb from Bedouin itself. I talked with this in my Discord group earlier today. So the climb from Bedouin to the top of the Ventoux, I think, is 20 point something kilometers. Now, if you were to talk to guys in the past, or where they say the real climb starts at 15.9, they were different records. So Iban Mayo, Spanish climber, is he Spanish? Yeah, I think he was Spanish. Early 2000s. He had the record from Bedouin. The other record, the 15.9 kilometer, and if you can find it online, if you type in 15.9 kilometer Ventoux, Marco Pantani, I think he did it in 46 minutes flat. The reality is, though, after some research yesterday, along with all my other stuff I do around here, both those records fell yesterday. So they're flying. And again, but I think it's really cool because they did have a picture where they showed Lance Armstrong's bike, Lance climbing, and then they had Pogi's bike. It doesn't even look like the same sport to me. And I think it's really cool. Is it really cool? I think it is cool that they're just starting to be able to beat the times now. Again, it depends on how the tour is designed, how that stage is designed. Did they ride 300 kilometers before they got there way back when? Every stage is different. The tour is definitely getting faster, but the route is getting easier. Overall, it's shorter, less time trials. The climbs are the same. But did they do the Ventoux at the very end of the stage? They did yesterday, so riders would have been getting fatigued. So yeah, they did break it. So Fred, good point. I did look into that yesterday. Evard, read Tyler Hamilton's book about his year at U.S. Postal. It was so common that no one hit it. 100%, dude. He's one of the first guys that came out. I did hear too in that audiobook. There's a reason why Floyd Landis came out so hard against Lance, was because Floyd Landis told Tyler Hamilton, hey man, Lance is trying to get you busted. So I guess there was a stage somewhere in, let's just say ballpark 2003, 2004, where Tyler beat Lance. So Lance went screaming to the UCI, hey, he's cheating, man, he's cheating, he must be doping. Floyd was on Lance's team at the time, was still good friends with Tyler, because Tyler went on his own team. I think Tyler went to... Was Tyler at Phonak first, and then Floyd went over? I can't remember. So that kind of set up some, a little bit of a fight there between them. Lance tried to call out people too, but he wasn't doing it. So that's what Lance did totally wrong. So then you've got Floyd Landis in 2006 after he won the Tour de France. Got a doping test for the day that he blew everyone out of the water. I think that was so obvious. And then everyone told him just to be quiet. Don't fight it. Just be quiet. Don't say a thing. That was his comments. He got burnt alive, lost everything. And then he just said, okay, fine. Lance, you don't like me. I don't like you. It's time for you to go down with me. So he was one of the guys that came out and kind of released everything. Everyone did it back then. If you didn't do it back then, you had no way of competing. Niagara region, this is Anna. Our podium presentation was delayed by an hour while they scanned the winner's bike in the back of the white truck. Anna, awesome stuff to hear. I didn't know that. So they do scan bike guys, just not every race. You know what? Honestly, I would find it so hard to believe that mechanical doping is going on at this level. I honestly would find it hard to believe. It's a good conspiracy story, though, that they are looking for it, that there's rumors of it. I know at amateur levels it does happen, Grand Fondo levels. There's that famous, I think he's a French actor, who basically got caught. People said they could hear things going on his bike. He's in his early 50s, an incredible cyclist, riding with 20-year-olds, bridging gaps that no one could bridge. At the end of the race, he gets confronted. He jumps in his car, drives away, hits a race official. When they say that, he probably just bumped him, hit him with the mirror. But either way, he was like, you're not catching me. I'm out of here. That's been fully confirmed. So amateur levels, yeah, it probably does happen. Okay. So yeah, great info there, Anna. Joe 512 in the mix. Good morning, all cycling fans. Joe, good to have you again. Robert, it's still photo motors that are always the problem. TV motors are pretty good. So Robert's saying the photo motors, guys that are just out there taking stills, probably aren't as good as the TV motors. Yeah, good point, Robert. And R. Stanley here jumping in again. 270 viewers, only 80 likes. Everyone please like and sub so Colin's channel reaches more viewers. We have to play the algorithm. Dude, it's so true. Dude, thank you so much again. Inside Cycling World loves you. R. Stanley from Oklahoma, thank you so much. And my coffee's still warm, guys. Thank you for your contributions. It's warmer than when I brought it downstairs. So the coffee's getting better the longer it sits. And I will be trying a cafe bonbon here very soon. It sounds fantastic. The problem is I'm probably going to make it in a large mug. What is an espresso glass called? So a cafe bonbon was described to me as, it's basically half condensed milk, sweetened, like Eagle brand, if you guys know what that is, for desserts. And then you put espresso over top. I would make it too big and I'd probably have a heart attack later that day. R. Stanley, thank you so much, dude, for the generous support of the channel. Telling people to like. Guys, I can't even see my likes live right now. I can't see how many people are watching right now, so it's all kind of messed up for me here. Joe512, double thumbs up. Dude, thank you, R. Stanley. You the man. And everyone that's here in the chat. Super supportive. Sudal, very strong, guys. Very strong. Scoins is also waiting for the moment. Alpecin is pulling. We've seen that. So this is Sudal coming through. Just wow, wow, wow. So they're loving what Sudal is doing on the front right now. There's one Sudal rider just driving the front. It's just insane here. Okay, so I'm going to find out. Yeah. Guys, just a few minutes ago, Quinn Simmons was off the back in the green jersey group. Let's just jump back here. 4 riders up front. 1 minute gap. Peloton. They're all back together. The green jersey was off the back. Quinn Simmons was sitting at the very back. He's second from the front again now. Quinn Simmons is second from the front now with the Soudal rider and the Trek team. They're trying to hold us all together now. Poggy's saying, you guys want the sprint win? You got to go up there. It's not my job. He's 100% correct. It's not Poggy's job today to win the stage. It's not Poggy's job today to control the stage. It's up to the sprinters. So Trek needs to be up there. Soudal for Tim Merlier needs to be up there. Intermarché better be showing their presence soon for Binyam. That's how it works, guys. Joe here, 2 quick questions to the chat. Where are you watching from and what do you ride? Joe, I love that question. Guys, why don't you drop in what kind of bikes you have, where you're from. When I do the new studio redesign, which is, guys, it's a room in my basement. It's the 10x10 cube. There's computer stuff everywhere. There's junk laying everywhere. I'll just be honest. This is not a professional stage setup like you see on all the other channels, which I do like too, but sometimes it's like, oh, you got a garage back there. That's cute. That's real cute. You don't have a garage back there. It's probably just a green screen showing a garage. I don't even believe it. But I do have my bike in here. This is the bike I work out on every day of the week. Nah, not right now. My bike's right here. There's a huge mat on the floor. I haven't even cleaned up the sweat from yesterday. I know that's disgusting. I've been flying, so I have a bleach bottle. I spray it, wipe it all down. Everything bike paraphernalia is in here, guys. This is what the real studio looks like. Bombing downhill here, guys. Everything stretched out on this giant, really wide road here. Really safe for the descent. Let's see what we're hearing from Race Radio here. 4 riders in the breakaway. I have no clue what they're riding through here. Some kind of, I don't know if that's probably even grapes. Probably is grapes. And average speed now 45k. So I think the average speed is actually slowly just drifting upwards. Marcela's back. Good morning from Brazil. Excited for tomorrow's stage. Oh yeah, Marcel. Me too. And I'll be the first to admit, guys, I am super jacked, pumped about tomorrow's stages. This stage, exciting as it will be, the real action's tomorrow. Guys, don't miss tomorrow's stages. Yeah, if you've only got 2 stages to watch, it's Thursday and Fridays. If you can't make Saturday and Sundays because you're out for the weekend, you're camping, you're doing family stuff, don't miss Thursdays and Fridays. That's where the tour will officially be decided. Remember, Poggy doesn't win until he crosses that finish line on stage 21. He's got to get through tomorrow and Friday. And I see lots of people saying the only way Poggy can lose his tour is if he crashes, doesn't stay upright, gets sick, or has a bad day. Exactly. That's what Visma's hoping for. They're not hoping he crashes. They're not hoping he gets sick. They're hoping he has an off day where Jonas is able to capitalize and pull some time away from him. I'd even just like to see a day where you see basically Poggy lose almost all of his time and put it really close to get that, ooh, it's on again. I think it's still on. So Marcella, great points here. She's super excited about tomorrow. Don Culbergen, yes, it's my first day to post. Been watching your live feed, love it. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Dude, man, I've never been down to Florida yet. I would love to be there. Living in Canada, it's like, when I see places like, okay, so for me, I see places like Key West, and I'm like, how is this even possible that you can have places like that to live in North America? Because we don't have that here. I guess that's why you guys have 330 million people and we have 40. Cold all the time. Julius, the vulnerable point in motorizing is the inspectors. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Yeah, dude, that could be happening too. It happened in the past. Oh, I had a dope test. By the way, I'd like to make a contribution to the World Foundation of Doping Against Drugs, yada, yada, yada. That's what they did in the past. You could buy people. Wade's saying the front gap is dropping quickly. It did drop quickly. It looks like they built it back out again. They're at 106 right now. It was down to like 30 seconds for a while on the climb as they assaulted that last climb, the Col de Portuis. Who's leading Group 3 at the moment right now? I only see... So that would have been back earlier, the third group, which was the Green Jersey group. They're all back together now. We've got 160 riders back here. All the sprint teams doing the work right now. And guys, you can see it. I'm looking at the bottom here. Take a look at the bottom of your screen there. Right in the middle, we got 63K remaining. Average speed now at 45.1K. It's slowly building. I'm expecting that average speed. I think the final third of today after the Col de Tartaguy is going to be very fast. So that should help build that average speed up overall. Remember, guys, tomorrow is horrifying. I do want to take a quick look at that. Let's just jump back here again and have a quick look. So they're riding this today. Tomorrow, bright and shiny here on Colin. Take a look at this stage. 171K, so it's a little bit longer than today. They've got a sprint point 23K in. At that point, the sprinters will just slam on the brakes and watch them take on the Col de Glandon. 22-kilometer climb. The kind of climb, if you're having an off day, you can lose 5 minutes. If you're having an off day. Then they take the risky descent into the valley. All filled with risk, guys. Mechanicals can happen. Team cars can get left behind. Riders can get split up. Then they do the Col de Madeleine. Another 19 kilometers at almost 8%. Another brutal descent into the valley system. And the final climb up the Col de la Lotes. 26.4 kilometers at 6.5%. The tour is not over. The tour is far from over, guys. Okay. I've just lost the chat feed here, guys. I saw someone talking about bikes. I want to hear about these bikes. Okay, so I think I'm back on track. Okay, Don Culver, been riding a Giant Rapid 3 flat bar with carbon fork and bar. Just bought my new bike. Jones, long wheelbase purple color with 29s. Oh, so it's a mountain. It's like a 29er. Okay. Excited to try out something new at 61 years old. Dude, Don, love it. Love it. Old guys, we're mentally tougher. I'm going to say that. I'm putting that out there right now. Oliver Marachik, Green Jersey keeps dropping back while Simmons drills it at the front. We are seeing a Visma rider, Vouts on the side of the road, guys, getting a mechanical. His car was right there. He'll be fine. He'll jump back on. Yeah, here's the Van Aert group here now. So Van Aert, guys, I always say it. If I see like a little 30-second gap here or the little pointers pointing, that's always a mechanical. Quick stop, 30-second gap. That's about all it takes. Robert, watching from Eugene, Oregon. Main ride is a steel Le Mans Alpe d'Huez. Oh, dude, that is so awesome. That is so awesome. Cheap steel Motorbacane track single speed gets the most miles. Old Richie Commando for touring. Nice. Wade St. Don, that's a nice bike for climbing hills. Vote coming back on now. Jay Taylor, good morning, y'all. What's up? We had clouds here and heat index under 90, so I did a 10K walk jog, no bike. Feeling great, making breakfast. Nice job, Jay. Nice job. 90 Fahrenheit seems hot to me. We've had some brutally cold days. Yesterday, we barely got over 50. I have no idea. There's a guy in a quad here out in the field, an ATV, a four-wheeler, bombing around with the French flag. Looks like he's dragging, to me at first, I thought it was a dead body behind his quad. Must be some kind of little toy he has on, like a sled or something. Julius Caesar. Just seems to me that if I was going to use a motor, I would only use it on one bike. Okay, I see what you're saying. At a strategic time, I would use it in one. Dude, that's something that Greg LeMond brings up a lot. And dude, I don't really know what's going on. I'm probably the worst for speculating. I'm probably the worst for conspiracy theories. Yeah, exactly. Quinn Simmons back on the front again. The entire Trek team there. Soudal present. Jonathan Milan right at the front here. Sprint teams need to control all this. So it's basically Trek and Soudal on the front right now. I don't see Intermarché at all. Looking for flags on the roads. Hard to tell if it's windy. Quinn's driving so hard. His mullet's flopping around everywhere. Rating the team car now. Back to the chat. Yeah, so Julius, good point there. That's what Greg LeMond says. He goes, why is there so many bike changes these days? Like, they do change their bikes a lot. But again, it's pretty easy to fall into the conspiracy, right? Why do they change them a lot? Because it's just easy to do now. It's quick. I can look at it from both sides. Joe saying, if you're going to use a motor, make it a 2-stroke motor. Exactly. God, that would never pass scrutineering. It would be so loud. Watched the Armstrong movie. Was intense. Very good. Which one, Wade, are you talking about? Which Armstrong movie? Don Culver. Hey, Wade. Hills in Fort Lauderdale are hard to come by, but I do plan on taking it out to the Everglades. Ooh, the levees. Watch out for the gators. Watch out for the gators. Yeah, again, so crazy. Okay, I guess it's not that crazy. You guys got great gators. We got grizzly bears. I mean, that's something I think about. Joey Jojo will be like, I haven't mentioned Joey today. Yeah, Joey Jojo's doing good, guys. Joey Jojo will be like, hey, you want to go on a hike? And I'm like, there's grizzlies out there. Even a small brown or black bear can absolutely take your head off with one hit. So, nah, I'm not feeling like it today. Let's take a look at the poll, guys. Let's see where we're sitting after the tour. I love this one. So here's your 3 choices. Alpe d'Huez training with Pogi. That's choice number 1. And it's got a 54% win right now, folks. Help Jonas do kitchen renos. Only 19% of you want that. More live streams with Colin, 27%. Thank you, guys. Just trying to have a little fun here today. You know, kind of a transitional stage before the battles start again. Even though these riders are going for victories. 4 riders still up front, guys. 1 minute, 9-second lead. They got 57K to go. Ooh, they are talking to Thomas Gachenard here now. This is the guy that was out the back all day, and somehow he survived. I don't know how he did it. I have no idea how he did it. Yeah, he's the Total Energy Riders who was like 23, 24 minutes at the back before we even got to the Mont Ventoux yesterday. So I'm going to try to catch up on that later. Dave Nicholson, first time viewer. Dude, where have you been the whole tour, man? Dave here, first time viewer here from Montana. Bro, you're a neighbor. Thanks for the commentary, he says, and gearing up for the last best ride gravel race on Sunday morning. Dude, tell us more about that. So it sounds like Dave, it's called the last best ride gravel race on Sunday morning. So there must be some race going on in Montana. David, where are you from in Montana? I do know Montana pretty good. You are due south of us. I'm just up in Alberta. And I like to shout out to people all the time. Montanans and Albertans, we're like neighbors. Pretty much the same people. Farming, ranching, oil and gas. We got the mountains right there. We have the same kind of weather. Brutally cold one day in the winter. I'm talking minus 40, guys. I'm not talking 0 degrees Celsius like in Europe, but like minus 40 one day, and then it's the snow's melting the next day from those winds. David, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. And let us know where that ride is. Oh yeah, Ivard here. Tyler went to Phonak after US Postal Code, so that makes sense to me now. So he would have been Lance's competitor, and there was a ride that Tyler beat Lance at, and then Lance automatically accused him of doping. So, very strange. Wade's just commenting, Don, that sounds awesome. Florida, levee riding, avoiding gators. Hopefully you can bunny hop them. Wade likes to climb hills with a mountain bike and road bike. The feeling is fantastic. Okay, so Joe's heading out to work. Yeah, switching to lurking mode. I love it, Joe. Just lurk away. We love lurkers here, too. If you are a lurker, just keep on lurking. Or say hi anytime you guys want. No one's going to bite you here. Ivard, Floyd gave up chapter and verse after Lance wouldn't help him get back into cycling, so he handed everything. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. I actually heard Floyd went to Johan Brunel and said, hey, dude, can you help me get back in? And Brunel just shut him right down. Like, basically, what do you call it? He was a pariah at that point. Basically, no one could touch him. Is that the right word? Did I use that word right, guys? I'd hate to say it didn't. 113 gap now from the front to the peloton. We are starting to get out of the flats now. It does start getting rolly before we start our assault up the Col de Tartagouille, which really isn't that big, guys. It's only 3.6 kilometers at 3.5%. I'm thinking if anyone wants to join this breakaway, they're gonna have to do it soon. We got the peloton on the front. Van Aert is 22 seconds back. So again, he's in that mechanical gap, if you can call it that. 30 seconds, 35 seconds. He's just in the mechanical gap. He's surfing his way back up through the cars. Yeah, so Evard, you're right. Floyd tried to get back in, did nothing that no one else didn't do, and then they all just shunned him. No one helped him, so he was like, fine. If that's how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. He needs to write a book, that guy. Tony Cabaradu, who you're saying, Benny will win today, legs will be heavy. Okay, dude, let's see how it goes. They're going to have to get up there and start. I think they need to get up to the front and start helping Trek and Sudal here. Wow, just the roads here are just insane. They're going down a long road, and to get to the turn, there's like 2 camper vans in the middle for a huge switchback coming back around. I want to see if I can show you that real quick here. Let's see if I can do that. Gonna have to let this refresh here, guys. Supposedly it's refreshing on the fly. Here we go. Here's the Tatty group. Everything's trying to load in now. I just missed it. What I'm talking about is this here. If you look at the map, you can see it right here. They have to go down here. You could have just jumped across the road there real quick, but they had to get to that the turnaround there. And we'll go to the leading group. Guys, all the data is coming straight in. I can pick any of these riders. I'm going to pick Jonas because I'm really impressed with him. Riding along. Again here, take a look at the buildings on the side of the road. Very simplified. It's supposed to look that way. And then if you look at the map, you can see we are passing buildings on the side of the road. So it's showing you what exists in the real world based on the maps that you see nearby. So we should be seeing little isolated pockets of forest. When we take the corner up ahead here, might be hard to see because the forest is up high. No, it is popping in there. There's a bit of a hill here on the left-hand side. I can see that on the map too. And then you can see the forest. Look at the green patch here. You can see the forest up ahead here. So it shows it really well. If we go to the right, there should be more open fields and forest and more on the right-hand side of the road up ahead. So again, guys, that's Bike Terra. Just wanted to have a quick peek. Probably use that a lot more tomorrow. I think it's going to be really important tomorrow. Guys, I'm really far behind in the chat. Got to have a coffee sip. I will take one natural break. Natural break for me is basically, I may do that, but also I got to grab a coffee every time. Tony here. Floyd was delusional if he thought Lance would help him. Yeah, I know. They were kind of like, they just washed their hands of Floyd. Yeah, I'd love to hear his story. I really would. Fred's saying 206.96 spread currently. Okay, Fred, I'm not sure what that means right now. Maybe that's the viewers and the likes. Maybe, I don't know. Again, for some reason mine's not live at all right now. It's stuck at 11 likes. 11, perfect. Times 10. Lance, I salute him because no matter what, he turned attention on cancer all by himself. Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Exactly. Phil Liggett talked about this. He really doesn't have anything good to say about Lance except for, but he did all that good stuff too. So it is hard to hate him. But the way he treated other people that were trying to expose what was going on, people that were trying to ride clean, he basically they forced them out of the tour. There is at least 1 or 2 pro riders in the tour that were trying to ride clean, and Lance would go up to them every day and basically bully them. Yeah, not cool. Oh, Oliver, espresso cups are called demi-tasse cups, 60 to 90 mils. Yeah, I did learn that an espresso shot is 40 mils, and that's just using like kind of like a higher end pod machine. It's a 40 mil shot. Looking back at the 2021 stage here, looks like a Cavendish win there, I think. I think 1 year he did just a 1 year stint, wasn't it, over at, might have been a Quick Step. I think he did a 1 year stint with them. He kind of bounced around a bit. Morton said he has a Honda Sofa Raider. I think That must be his bike. Maybe is that a motorbike, it sounds like? Hey, Tony, hey, Colin, as long as you are comfortable in your space, it's all that matters, and we appreciate your time and effort to keep us up conformed. Yeah, dude, Tony, thanks so much, dude. Yeah, so I kind of got everything jammed in here, and maybe sit back a little bit and talk here. Oh, where's the mic when you need it? I need a new mic arm. That might be the next investment here. My mic's good. This arm, I picked it up one day. It's kind of crappy. So maybe I'm going to buy a new one here quick. I need a longer one that's easier to move. Yeah, it's just my space. It's where I work out. It's where I do the streaming. But it does need a retweak. I think you're pretty quick. I'm happy with it now. So US Chris in Japan rides a Bianchi. Very nice. Fred Weiss, was everyone doing blood transfusions when Lance Posta was, or was Lance first or unique with that? Heard he would capture blood in the Rockies for use at tour. So what I saw, so that whole blood doping thing, that was like Soviet era, like LA Olympics in that time, Russian Olympics or Moscow Olympics in that time. They were kind of leading the charge and all that. What's funny too, I think there's track records, female track records that still stand from the 80s that no one's ever touched. They were like the kings of all sorts of supplemental assistance. You go back and look at some of these female stars and you're like, is this the men's event? You can't even tell. They are so powerfully built. The steroids, the cortisols back then. Then they went to the blood doping. I heard that, and again, it's just things I'm listening to in an audiobook. They were doing microdosing of EPO when EPO first came along. Then they did full shots of it, hoping it would like directly to the vein, hoping it would go in and out of the system quick. It was all timing. And then when they finally got smart, or the testers were able to catch the EPO, they actually went back to blood doping. So that's when that whole blood doping thing came out. Tyler talks about it in his book. He got super sick because they take the blood out, they store it. If it's not stored correctly, it can go bad. Or what if they give you someone else's blood? Like, the risk is just brutal. I think they might be even, if I was to try to cheat, maybe you can do a micro blood infusion. I'm not talking about a liter of blood that they took out or a unit, whatever they call it. How about like a 10th of a unit, a 20th of a unit, or 20% of a unit? It would help. So yeah, that was all during the Lance era too. So Fred's saying he would capture it in the Rockies. Yeah, and for use at the tour, they'd store it all away. I think that was very, very common. I've seen a video that when crashed, the bike is still running in circles. June, I've seen those well, alleging there's a small motor inside the frame. Is this true? June, I guess we'll never know if it's true or not. I've seen those videos too, and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks funny. That looks really funny. I've seen one, I think, where a rider crosses the finish line, puts his bike down. I'll try to find it. I'm gonna look again today. They're only like 3-4 minute long videos, clips. Some might just be physics. Or you didn't see that someone was nearby or the rider, because it's the way it's filmed. I'm just seeing a small crash here. Tudor rider. Oh, actually, quite a few riders down. Looks like there's 5 or 6 riders involved in it, at least standing on the road. 2 Ineos riders, one just waiting. 1 Tudor rider calling for a bike, I think. Looks like there might be a Groupama rider here. I'm not going to call it a massive crash like I hear in the other commentaries. I saw one a few days ago. Massive crash on the road. And there's 2 guys. And it wasn't a massive crash. It was basically they just touched wheels. One guy fell. The other guy put his foot down. I'm like, what are you guys watching? I know I like to hype it up, but I don't want to fake it either. Yeah, so I've seen those videos, June. Yeah, so the one I saw that looked really fishy was he put his bike down, was no longer moving, standing beside his bike, lifted his back tire up, and it started spinning really fast. And I'm like, what? Yeah, so that crash that just happened, that was not a massive crash, but 4 or 5 riders did hit the deck. Probably delayed 60 or 70 riders, I would say. I'm going to see how that's looking here on the screen right now, if we're seeing that with the tour. How quickly did they get back on here? We've got our 4 riders up front. 1 minute 13. Peloton here, 113 back, obviously 148 riders. 10 riders out the back, so they're obviously getting back on now. The Tudor rider must have been Julian. I wasn't sure if it was, because we've got a Tudor rider and a Uno X rider back here pacing the Uno X car. And then we've got, that's Alaphilippe. So Alaphilippe was probably the slowest to get up. He was on the left-hand side of the road in the ditch. Didn't go down super hard. Alaphilippe has had a few bumps this year. Yeah, I think the blood transfusion, Fred, just to go back, was very common. They said, I think the EPO test, the first good EPO test came out in 99, 2000, somewhere in there. The Olympics had it. The Tour de France wasn't using it yet, so people were still just doing whatever they felt like. They basically had no way to find it. And the riders knew that. So then once they found a way to test it, then it became, what can we do now? Back to the blood transfusions. I saw everyone too. Bjarne Riis, he's commonly called Mr. 60% with a 60% hematocrit level. That's the blood volume of red blood cells in his blood in total. That book talked about it, that his test rate was actually at 64%. Like, his blood would have been like maple syrup. So, super dangerous. He would have been a guy up in the middle of the night exercising, receiving saline solutions to thin out his blood. That's what they did. Tony here, everyone was doing blood doping in the Peloton, so why single out Lance? Pure jealousy. Yeah, dude, you're right. Again, I'm not singling out Lance. Lance attacked everyone. Everyone else said, yeah, okay, I'm bad. I'm a bad boy. Whereas Lance fought people to the end and refused to die and refused to admit it. That's what he did wrong. I still like him. Oh, sorry guys, I'm missing stuff here. Missing lots. Oh, guys, I'm sorry, I'm so far behind. Free speech. Free speech looks like a new person here. Dude, welcome aboard. Jonas should not be renovating. But if he does, I need to watch it. Laughing. Hey. Yeah, dude, yeah, exactly. Why is he renovating? Leave that till you're retired. Focus on Tour de France. Robert, again, dude, thank you so much. Really appreciate all your support. Guys, there's so much generous support here. I love it. It's fantastic. It's only going to make the channel better in the future, and it gives me a chance to put time into this, to make this happen. I've been working long and hard on my channel. I guess what I'm saying is I can't just keep doing it forever. It has to be successful at some point. R. Stanley from Oklahoma. I know he's from Oklahoma. Riding a dude, nice bike. 2023 Trek Domani. I love it, dude. Love it. I'm gonna keep a close eye here. It's still a 1 minute 9 second gap back. We've got one rider, M. Louvel here. Who is this? Israel Premertech. Oh, this guy, Mattis Louvel. I talked about him quite a few stages ago. Looks like just a larger type guy to me. Larger type guy. He's a bigger rider. He's not like sticks and bones. And Alaphilippe is catching up with Mattis Louvel right now. Matisse maybe is probably his name. I got to catch up with the chat, guys. So Robert, thank you again so much, Robert. You've been very kind to the channel. Wade, stage 18 is a great stage for Pogi and Mountain Goats. Exactly. It's going to be a huge battle tomorrow, guys. It's going to be an epically long stage. I think it's probably a brutal start for me too. Let me have a look. 12:10. That one hurts, guys. That one hurts. So 12:10 is 10 after 4 in the morning for me. That means I'm going to have to be up at 3 a.m. to get my brain fully on focus, get the coffee going. Speaking of which, hot coffee. I'll be in bed tonight by 8:30. I'm going to have to. I've been really tired, especially trying to ride. So what I got to do is, as soon as I'm done this, you guys have heard this, the routine, do the chores. I got to jump on my bike right away. And in my mind, I'm a really good cyclist still. They are on the climb now, guys. They are on the climb. Let's take a look at the live tracking here. We can see the climb now. Ooh, look at this, guys. Will these four up front be able to hold on? How hard is the back group going to push? Jumping back again. 44.7k an hour right now. So it is up from the very start. Hill's going to slow it down again. I'm going to go back just to the live tracking here. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to take a quick peek over here, see if this resyncs. And after the top, I will grab a quick coffee. front group. They're on the climb. If I go to the peloton, hang out with Florian Lipowitz here. Okay. Seeing all these riders here. Jumping back. Catching up with the chat still, guys. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be incredible, guys. Do not miss tomorrow's stage. 3 HCs in one stage. We did 1 HC yesterday, and we saw the excitement. Israel Premier Tech leading the way. This looks like Woodsy to me right here. Woodsy's on the front. Are we seeing that? Looks like the Peloton group here right now. They're all there. Polka dots, yellow jersey, green jersey, white jersey. They're all there. Team Simmons at the front again. Woodsy leading out. Woodsy trying to go on a move, I believe. I can see the UAE riders lurking. Everyone's being attentive here over the top. Not sure if he's going to be able to get away from these guys. But the whole... They're saying that Peloton's together. It's pretty strung out. And it's going to string out even more. Yeah, front end stringing already. Catching up with the chat, guys. Blood transfusion, expensive and risky. Not everyone doing those. Kind of easy to make a fatal mistake. Exactly, Robert. Things are a lot different since the biopassport started. Yes, true. Gerhard Schultz saying, ooh, the Tour de France should move to another country. The French are being arrogant. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm missing there. This is, ooh, and I'm seeing an attack by a Visma rider. It looks like Wout van Aert. Van Aert's off the front, guys. Van Aert puts in a huge attack over the Trek team, and he is on the move today. So Van Aert's probably thinking, wow, we need a stage win. We need a stage win. It's my time. We saw Tim Wellens do something similar to this. Tim went after the top, though. Van Aert's trying to put an attack in here. This is not something that's going to set anything up for the GC category. This is not Van Aert going out and that Jonas is going to be able to do something. It's not that type of day. Yeah, this is the first time in a long time that the Tour de France has been completely inside of France. It's been a long time. They've stayed 100% inside of France this year. I think that's maybe what Gerhard's referring to. Gerhard, nice to have you aboard. Tony here. Tomorrow and Friday are days of reckoning. Don't think Pogi will crack, but watch Roglic. He can reach the podium. Yeah, guys, it's going to be just a watch and wait game. Can Roglic move up to 4th? Maybe 3rd? That's going to be a tough decision point for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. They've already got a guy on their team in 3rd. Is Roglic there just to help? Will they let Primoz take it away? I think it might become a friendly battle. Like, whoever's feeling stronger, guys, go for it. We can't even say now. I think they still have a lot of respect for Primoz. They know Lipowitz is the new up-and-comer. Primoz has got the record behind him. So that's going to be a tough battle there. Will Pogi crack? Guys, we won't know. If you go back and look at all the stuff that was written in 2022 and 2023, yeah, can we crack Pogi? Back then, Pogi was called the Phenom. He's unbeatable unless he cracks. You just got to go back a couple years and read all this stuff. Find the videos where they talk about it. It's all out there. I'm going to just have a quick peek over here for a second. See what I can see here. That's the Peloton leading group. Quentin Pache. I don't think I'll be able to show you much here. There's too much of a gap here between these groups right now. I'm not sure if I'm actually seeing Gashinard off the back right now again. Is Gashinard off the back? I hope he's not. I don't want to see Gashinard. Gashinard is off the back. Maybe he's still suffering from yesterday. So this is the dude that survived yesterday somehow. He was 23 minutes behind, and then he disappeared as well. I'm like, ooh, did he withdraw? Obviously he didn't, because he's here today. But he is slipping off the back right now. So whatever was bothering him before is still bothering him. And Matisse Lovell here, he's falling off too, 10 seconds further back. Over the top. Over the top. I think EF was pushing hard there, going over the top. So that would be Albanese. They should be over the top right now. Oh yeah. It's right here. It's actually hard to see. They're over the top. Let's just see if... Okay, so they're talking about Van Aert's house. We saw Wood accelerate. We've seen all that, guys. Van Aert's away. Van Aert would have been the 5th person across that mountain point. There's only 1 point available. at that point, and the tour is not showing us any points there. It's 1 point. But this is going to be key for the breakaway. Can they stay away? 42 kilometers to go. This is just like the stage from the day before. When Tim Wellens went over the top, it was 43 kilometers to go. I think there was 4 or 5 riders. It became 7 or 8. Wellens went. The 7 riders behind never got working good together. Quinn Simmons was really ticked off about that. Also ticked off that one of the motorbikes got in the way and Tim was riding amongst them, but it's not his fault. The motorbikes were there. He's just racing. It did show him several times passing the bikes. It wasn't like he stayed behind them. He come up behind them, used them to his advantage as he can, and then skirt out and go around them. Okay, let me have a quick sip here, guys. What time is it here now? 8:30 in the morning, guys. Okay. Free speech, but the body is not with you. So what did free speech say earlier? I'm trying to figure out what they're saying there. Okay, I'll figure that out in a bit. June, Visma is hoping something incredible happens to Pogi. Why not Visma concentrate on the races and do the best they could? I call it... Okay, so June's saying it's unsportsmanlike for Visma to do that. Well, I don't think they're hoping that something happens to Pogi that's going to crash. No one wants that. I'm sure they're thinking that. They don't want him to get so sick that he can't ride. They want him to see... They want to see him tire. They want to see him crack a little bit. Much like Pogi wants to see other riders crack. You know you're beating them. They can't keep up with the sustained pressure. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Taddy crack a little bit and bring it closer together. I don't think that's unsporting-like. But yeah, I definitely don't want to see Pogi crash today and be so hurt tomorrow that he doesn't defend his jersey properly. Guys, speaking of which, I'm going to throw this out there. I brought it up this morning. The women's tour last year, when Demi Vollering crashed, well, actually, when someone crashed into her, I watched that stage so many times. She's on the ground. She has the yellow jersey. This is controversial. This is going to stir the pot right here. She's on the ground. Her team car pulls up beside her. They know what's going on. It wasn't like she was isolated. Everyone attacks. Everyone just goes. I think they were about 4.5 kilometers to the finish, so I think it was just pure mayhem at the front. I believe her teammate won, but they handed the jersey to the eventual winner of the Tour de France Femmes last year. I was kind of like, would that have happened at the men's Tour de France? If Pogi was laying on the ground 4 to 5 kilometers from the finish, would they all have went full in on the attack? What do you guys think? Just a little pot stirrer. Fred Weiss, how often does the Tour de France do the trifecta climb in tomorrow's stage? Did Lance do this one, and how did he fare? Dude, I'll have to look into that for you. They've made this tour really tough. Generally, they don't do 3 HC climbs in one day. But I'm sure we can look back and find examples of it. Sometimes they use almost the exact same routes. That happened earlier. That mountain stage up the Hautacam. I think it was the Hautacam. No, Super Bagnières. The Super Bagnières stage where we did the Tourmalet, we did the Perry Sword, and then we switched up the Super Bagnières. Oh, we did the Aspan in between too. So we did the Tourmalet, they did the Aspan, then they did the Perry Sword. They finished up at Super Bagnières. There was a stage, I think in 2006, where they didn't do Super Bagnières. They just went up another hill and finished there. They link all these roads together so they can put together exciting stages. And some of the records from the past still stand because the modern generation of pro riders hasn't been in a tour to go up them. Good question, Fred. I'll have to look into some of that stuff. Free speech. 3 minutes behind is not the end, but if they not go after the win, it's far away. I'm in a day. Yeah, you're right, free speech. And like I said before, Col de Granon, when Taddy did crack last time, he lost 4 minutes and 4 kilometers. These climbs tomorrow are 20 kilometers long. I'm just saying it's possible. If someone said, here, Colin, Inside Cycling World, here's $500, pick the winner, Everything else being kind of even, and not using betting odds, I put my money on Taddy. 100%. Let's say it would be like you put $500 on Taddy, you're going to win 1,000. You put 500 on Jonas, you're going to win 1,000. It would all go on Taddy. Now, if I could win $1 million on Jonas, I put it on Jonas because something might happen. Our leading group is now down to 39 seconds, guys. They're flying 36.6 kilometers to the finish. And as I was predicting earlier, take a look at the average speed on the bottom of the screen. We're now at 45.2 kilometers an hour. It's came up about 0.5 kilometers an hour, just getting over the top and on the downhill. And I think it's going to probably increase from there as the sprint teams come out, as the teams who've done nothing this tour really come out. Yeah, just looking at a flashback here of the sprint point, UNOX had it easy. Total went after him, then gave up at about 50 meters to the finish. The other two didn't even participate. Where's Benny? He's in the main group, dude. Abel Kefle. Abel's been here a lot, too. I've seen this name a lot. Benny's safe in the main peloton right now, expecting the sprint finish. Wade, they are pedaling so hard. Okay, Wade's saying, I call the movie is called The Program 2015. Okay, dude, I'll look for it. I'll try to find a YouTube. If not, I'll that kind of stuff to me is worthwhile. Doing a quick rental. Fantastic watch. Gerhard here. Gerhard's on the he's on the motor pacing conspiracy side. Sorry, the motor doping conspiracy side. They change the bikes so often because the batteries get flat. Well, dude, that's the viewpoint of the other side. You're right. People are saying, why are they changing bikes so often? So you could say it's for motor pacing if you want, or you could just say it's so quick and easy now. They're so efficient doing bike changes. Flat batteries, yeah. Seeing Tom's Scoins doing selfies with his team, maybe yesterday's stage. He has to get a yellow card and a fine for that. Yeah, he might. You're not even allowed to have your cell phone on the search. Colin Whittington here, back from Hong Kong again. Colin's been here virtually every day. Gerhard's just thinking out loud, he says. Guys, I'm super far behind here. So anyone, I'm getting to this Morton here. Morton, dude, sorry I haven't gotten to this yet. Inside Cycling World loves Morton's contribution here. Thank you very much, dude. He's just saying thank you. Now it started raining at 10 kilometers ago. 10 kilometers ago, it started raining. Guys, I told you earlier at the very beginning, if you were here at the beginning at 5:35 this morning, we've been going 3 hours now. I've been chattering nonstop for 3 hours. And I love doing it. It was pouring at the finish line. So it's been off and on raining all day. And actually looking at the road right here, you can see spectators standing with umbrellas. So the finish for the sprinters is going to be super sketch-filled today. Super sketch-filled. I think we're going to see some crashes. Everyone's so desperate for wins. Only 8 teams have won a stage at this year's Tour de France. There's 23 teams in total. The roads are wet. These guys are bombing downhill. I know 53, 54K doesn't sound fast. That's 33, 34 miles an hour. They're at the 60K now. Wet roads, paint all over the roads, speed bumps. Yeah, brave guys. That's all I got to say. Ooh, these corners are sketchy. And it's probably like the first rain, so there's still like oils and crap on the road. UNOX guy, he's feeling comfortable pushing ahead. He's already won one stage as Tour de France. Vout riding solo. He's in between them, and he's just ahead of the peloton here. He's going to wait up for them now. Jay Taylor's back. Talking to Don Culver here. I'm in Florida too. If you bicycle the fabulous Van Fleet Trail there, gators are lounging. Any gravel trail right around Lake Opopka, gators actually sun themselves on the trail. Yeah, guys, I wouldn't be anywhere near that trail. So yeah, Morton here, Morton Johansson. Morton, are you from Sweden? I think Morton's from Sweden. I think it was Askersund, I believe. I believe so. That was earlier in the chat today. Thank you so much for you helping out Inside Cycling World. We're going to keep growing this channel here. Gerhard being super active in the chat. Love this, Gerhard. Love your viewpoints. Wout is very aggressive. Wonder what he is up to. Probably has the wrong voltage. So Gerhard throwing some nice fun comments in here. Guys, some really tough corners here coming into the small town. Peloton really slowing down. If you're at the back, you're really out the back now. Gingerly going around the corners. All the fans lined up on this corner, probably waiting for a crash. Wout van Aert looking back, letting Team Simmons come back to the front. And again, guys, who's on the front? Quinn Simmons. If anyone deserves a win, it's Quinn Simmons. I'm going to say it right now. For the effort he's put in at this tour, let me know what you guys think. Does Quinn Simmons deserve a tour win, stage victory? I'm just saying on the amount of effort he's put in. So again, Morton, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Dave's finally getting back to me here. The last best ride is in Whitefish up here in the northwest corner of Montana. 55 or 95 mile options. I'm in the 55 mile version of the paracyclist category. Awesome, dude. Riding a hand cycle. Oh my. Dude, super pumped by that. If you go back and look at the channel, there's a race series I did for Echelon Racing League. It was all for... so that's... The Echelon Racing League, they have Project Echelon. Guys, they have a pro continental team in the U.S. They're very successful. They also have, so Echelon team, they have Project Echelon. They support disabled veterans by providing them with bikes and indoor trainers to get them back focusing on something really positive. It's a great charitable cause. I did all of their race series inside over the winter, and I did their national age categories championship series. So I'm hoping to do that again this winter for them. So yeah, the hand cycles, dude, that's tough. That is really tough. So Dave's walking around. He's probably just absolutely jacked. When you see these guys' arms, like, incredible. Dave, do you do any inside riding for training and fitness? I'd like to know that. Because I do see guys, if you ever ride Zwift, there is a hand bike on there too. And I see them floating around. So I'm like, this is probably a real paracyclist out there riding. Dave, let us know. Andrew Moss, joining from Kingston, Canada, and riding a 1994 Brody Sovereign I picked up new. Wow, dude, that bike's 30 years old, 31 years old. Awesome. I remember the name Brody. I don't even know if they're still around anymore. Probably not. We got Lawn Chick here. Lawn Chick 22. Brand new here, enjoying your take on the stage and other topics, listening from North Carolina. Go Canes. Oh, Lawn Chick 22. I wanted the Canes to beat the Panthers so bad this year. I was really cheering for them, and I hate to say it, but they got kind of beaten up pretty bad. Canes are a great team. There's a guy, his name's Cycling Slapshot. I think his name is Chris Shearer. He supports me over in my Discord group. He's a huge Canes fan. We always talk hockey, me and him. So yeah, go Canes. Pulling for him next year. Evard, I think I mentioned before my two road bikes, 2001 yellow Torelli Express Steel carbon fork seat stay. And yes, I think you did. Full Campy. I do remember the full Campy. And the Colnago CX0 Giro Pink 105 group. Nice. Love it, dude. My inside bike here, my Jake the Snake Kona cyclocross bike, I ride 105 mechanical. My Cervelo, I have Ultegra Di2 on it. And then my oldest bike, the Look TT bike that you would have seen ridden at the Tour de France somewhere way back when, is full Dura Ace, strictly mechanical. And I think it's, actually, it's probably 10 speed, so it's not super old. Great job, guys. Currently at 106 likes, up 26 in 30 minutes. Thank you so much, dudes, for pushing us. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, if you're here, just give the channel a quick like. It gets it out to other people later today. 4 riders up front riding on really wet roads, guys. Really wet roads. 107 lead at the moment. The tension, as they say here from the feed, the tension increases in the bunch. They've got a little rain symbol here. The road is wet, exposed to the wind, and the peloton need to up the ante to get back to the chasers. Let's take a look at the map quickly. Now, earlier the winds were coming from the west. Yeah, so right now they are exposed. The winds are coming from the left-hand side of the screen you're looking at. So anywhere along here, echelons could happen. And then this is insane too here. I'm just looking at the front. There's Team Simmons as usual, but there's Valentine Perry-Ponch at the front, just giving her like a madman. So here he is, winner up the Ventoux yesterday, probably the biggest victory of his career, driving the Soudal team, because they love to get another victory today. They're probably get full of confidence today. Wet weather conditions. Tim Merlier, Probably better in the wet than Jonathan Milan. And I'm just saying that from where they grow up. Jonathan Milan being Italian. Tim, I'm not sure if Tim is Dutch or Belgium. Matty Mahoric trying to get back on. Riding behind the race director's car here. I can see Taddy riding probably from here, probably 30th or 40th place. Staying safe near the front. As we get further to the finish, guys, we're going to see Visma move to the front. So we're probably going to see UAE come to the front to get their riders out of trouble and keep them near the front so no one goes down in front of them and causes an accident. Gerhardt saying, Lil Figgett, who's that? No idea. When I look at that, I think you want to say Phil Liggett. I think he's got a twist on Phil's name here. Phil Liggett. He's got Lil Figgett. Says, who's that? If we are talking about Phil Liggett, the world's greatest cycling commentator. Evard, workhorse is the 1997 Cannondale F700 in Team Volvo Cannondale Blue and Yellow. Ooh, dude, I'll have to look one of those up after. I'm not really sure what an F700 is. Yeah, they're showing Matty on the back here. I'm not sure if he was all in an accident. He almost clipped the back end of... wow, I can't tell what car that is. It's a support car. Didn't look like a team car. He almost clipped the back end of it. Visma coming up on the left side here. Quinn Simmons pushing hard here. 27.3 kilometers to go. They've got a minute to pull back now. This is doable. They could pull it back. These wet conditions are probably going to help the breakaway. We might see. So you're saying there's a chance. There's a chance, guys. Let's take a look here. We're going to have a quick peek. This dude here, Jonas Abramson, has already won a stage at the Tour de France. He's already won a stage. He put himself out into the break again at the beginning. You can't score if you don't take a shot. You got to shoot the puck. When I watch hockey, I always scream over at Joey Jojo. I'm like, stop with the tricky dicky. Shoot the puck. If you don't go on the breakaway, you can't win the stage. So he's out there again. 1 minute gap. What do you guys think? Is the breakaway going to get caught? Especially in these conditions. Up at the front now, we've got more teams assisting now. Ooh, it's totally changed at the front now. This looks like a lotto rider on the front doing an arm flick to a picnic rider. And then there's Perry Ponch. I can totally tell him now from a distance. 2 Soudal riders coming through. 3 Soudal riders coming through. Then the Trek team. So Trek's getting support now from Soudal. And 2 or 3 other riders from other teams. So they've all got ambitions here today. Evard, blood doping is the oldest form of doping. It's been since the 40s or 50s. Yeah, dude, and it came back once EPO started getting caught. So, yeah. Dude, I can't imagine them. Yeah, it's so hard to think what they're doing now. Like, why would you take that risk? Julie's saying Jonas is attacking. I think Jonas was just moving up with the Visma team, trying to keep him out of trouble. Guys, these roads are like a skating rink. You can just tell. 55k an hour. Average speed, 45.5 kilometers an hour out there now. Soaking wet out there, guys. We're down to 25.7 kilometers. That was Jay, but I'm behind, guys. Oh, wow. I'm half an hour behind this chat, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to have to start catching up. Under 20 kilometers to go. I'm just jumping forward here a little bit, guys. Oh, Don saying he lives about 10 kilometers from the Panther Stadium. What's it called? I think they play at... I think it's called Paradise. Watched all the series. You guys are good. Wishing you well for next season. Does anyone think the NHL needs to look at their division makeup? Okay, good question there. Yeah, I think the Panthers play somewhere called Paradise, which to me, Don, you can let us know, it looks like it's just a suburb of Miami, I would guess, or Fort Lauderdale, I think. Dude, I don't want to miss this dude here. Phil Como, living in Cayman Islands from Canada. Dude, living in the Caymans from Canada. Riding a 1991 Rocky Mountain Blizzard from Two Real Resource in Canada. In Edmonton, dude. Dude, I had probably a 90 or 91 Rocky as well. Hardtail. I think that's what you're probably riding. It was like a dark blue with a light blue fork. Carbon forks weren't around then for me anyways. That's what I did all my mountain biking on. Out in Kananaskis country. I talked about it before. Little elbow, big elbow. about a 42 kilometer loop. I'd go out there every Sunday morning by myself and just blast it. I remember just flying down trails, going through creek crossings where the rocks are all built up. I look back now, one wipeout, I would not have gotten up. See Cretace's back here. J-Tail talking about the Florida Panthers. Yeah, they could win again next year too. Guys, we're at 24.5K. I'm just going to catch up with the chat because I feel like I've left. Guys, I'm just falling behind in the chat. You guys are so active here. I absolutely love it. If I don't respond right away, it's because I'm too busy. Every time someone brings up a comment, it gets me thinking about something. It's like a coffee chat with your friends. Uncle Matty's back. Hello again, fine sir. Did you hear about the funny crash yesterday? 3 Aussies. Oh my God. I love this dude. I'm going to say this all out loud too. Did you hear about the funny crash yesterday? 3 Aussies in budgie smugglers. Guys, what's a budgie smuggler? The best name ever for a Speedo. Ooh, a roundabout here. Who went the wrong way? Left side went the wrong way. Going to lose 20, 30 spots right there. Soaking wet too. 3 Aussies and budgie smugglers were waving and singing at the peloton. One of the Aussies waved back and ran over the rider in front. Ooh. Okay, so there was a funny crash at the end there. The budgie smugglers, keep them away from me. Oliver's asking, what year is your Jake the Snake? I also ride one model from 2010. Dude, I'm going to say, I think I bought this thing in... I probably bought it in 2018. But it was new old stock. So I think it had been sitting around for a couple years. It's a greenish color. It's actually a really ugly color of green. It's the same color as my green screen, so when you never see it. If I turn the camera over there, it's invisible. All you see is the handlebars. Lucas here is asking where you can watch. Dude, this is like a watch-along party. Let's go Quinn Simmons. Yeah, I'm cheering for Quinn today too. Actually, I'm cheering for Jonas Abrahamsson for being up there all day. 34-second gap though, guys. That's all we got left. And it looks like it's socked in with weather, guys. They're going through these small towns. I want to get the map up. Here we go, folks. There's lots of hard corners. Any of these corners through these towns are scary. These are all towns here. Back out into the open here. Could be some wind action at this point. Going around the corners, those big white stripes for the pedestrian crosswalks, that's like a death trap for these cyclists. And they have the speed bumps everywhere, so you hit a speed bump, it's soaking wet with white paint stripes on it. Quinn's still driving the front. Barring victorious rider here, it is Matty. Matty's just getting onto the backside. Of course, all these little villages and that have cobblestones down in places. Super Sketchville here for all the riders. Lucas keeps asking, where can you watch? Don, I agree. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Last year at the Stanley Cup playoffs for all the teams, very tense watching Edmonton because they're right up the road from us. I should be a Calgary Flames fan, but I'm just not that kind of a supporter of sports. I'm like, just because I live here doesn't mean I need to be a, forever fan for them. I like who is doing well. I like to watch all the players. But Edmonton would skate in, just take the shot. Don't worry about setting up a tricky dicky play where you pass it 4 times. Someone does a spin around, one-timer. Florida was better at that. They'd race in and take the shot. If you don't take that shot, there's zero chance of it going in. Okay. Let's go, Quinn. Shadow Blood Pirate. This guy sounds like a gamer to me. Sounds like a gamer name. Who's number 1 right now and how long is left for the race to end? Dude, we're getting close to the finish today. We got a group of 4 up front. We got 21 kilometers to go today. That's 13 miles. They've got a 30-second lead over the peloton who's screaming. I can now see Visma. Hang on, guys. Have news from the finish. Roundabouts in the last corner. I have news now. Ricardo is arriving now. The last corner to the left is narrow. It's left. It's narrow. So guys, this is radio broadcast from Talk with Mateo, but because Mateo, before the start, looked at the video of the last kilometers. This is two-door race director talking to the riders live out there, saying the left corner is really scary today. I am seeing Visma at the front right now. They're trying to keep Jonas safe at the front. This is not for Jonas to go on some crazy attack today. that just would never happen in the realms of reality. The peloton is super strung out. Looking at this decathlon rider back, he's 250, 300 meters behind the front of the peloton. Actually, a UNO-X rider coming up now, Intermarché rider coming up too. They're all strung out here, guys. This is scary. So you miss all those shots. Yeah, Uncle Matty here saying, dude, Flow Bikes. Yeah, you got to get a Flow Bike subscription. I'm not sure where you are in the world. Here in Canada, we watch on Flow Bikes. Peacock in the States, so get a sub and watch them. Ooh, look at this dude here. Dude, your name. Sorry, man. Oh, from Latvia. I love it, dude. Hey, watching from Latvia. 2 guys are out there riding strong. Okay, Neelands is Latvian, and I did know Tom Scoins was Latvian, too. We saw Tom earlier today with the Trek team pulling on the front. Just saw an Intermarché rider going off the back. Looks like he was pedaling a monster gear. One thing to remember, guys, too. All these bikes will have electronic shifting. You push a button, your gears shift. Like, instantaneous. If the batteries go flat, that's when, I know we talk about the batteries going flat on their bikes. If your batteries go flat on your shifting, you can't shift gear. You're stuck. The way he was pedaling, it looked like his battery pack for his shifters was dead. So you get stuck in a gear you don't want. So the Latvian guy, Jevgenis Renuvos, I think. Dude, I know I destroyed your name. Sorry about that. RC here is saying Simmons is a redneck. RC looks like he's new here today. So we still got our forefront guys. They're still holding 31 seconds. This rain helps them more than it helps the peloton. Helps them more than it helps the peloton. Just saw a funny thing on the side of the road here. One of the helicopters just kind of hovering low to get good camera shots. I'm surprised they're still out. That audiobook I was talking about, back in the day, I think it was when Laurent Fignon was doing really well against Italian riders. They talked about how the helicopters would get so low back then, they would use them to assist the riders. They would go in front of the rider that they didn't want to win and get low on the time trials for camera footage. There would be a wind pushing against them, and for their riders, they would go behind them to give them a little bit of a tailwind. That's what I heard. I don't know how much truth there is to that. Robert saying, yo, Lucas, set your VPN to Belgium and watch on Sportza. Yeah, there are ways to watch, guys, if you want to use a VPN. I'm just doing my own thing here. Evard, Volvo Canada was the mountain bike team. Allison Sider, okay, doing that. Tinker Juarez, Missy Glover, Dave Coleman. Yeah, Tinker still posts all the time on Facebook. He's still out there getting it. Guys, 17.9 kilometers to go. Still holding 31 seconds. Average speed now up to 45.8. It's going to slowly start creeping up. I think these 4 are going to be safe. I'm going with the 4-man breakaway. I think they're going to survive. I think the finish is going to be really hard. There's a lot of road furniture. The roads are dripping wet. On the front is still Soudal and Trek at the moment. Jonathan Milan sitting about 5th. Trek, the Visma team is right there. And I was going to say no UE, but Taddy's right there as well. They're bunny hopping things in the roads, guys. One mistiming, one other ride makes a mistake, everyone could go down. Yeah, this is super scary here. Yep, Don saying Panther Stadium is in Sunrise, Florida. It's always changes his name. Yeah, dude, same here. Don, it's the same here. The stadium changes names. Whoever pays for the sponsorship. Soudal finally helping Liddell Trek. That's from Roberts. Bring back the 4 guys in front. Been letting Simmons do all the work. Monster right again. Okay, I'm way behind, guys. 850. Am I behind? Yeah, I'm still behind. Oh, I'm getting close. Yeah, Oliver, you're right. You're right. Yeah, Solonchik's still cheering for the Canes. Panthers playing Sunrise, Florida at Amarant Bank Arena. Merlier's team is working. Yeah, so Soudal wants to get involved. There is some wins here at the finish, but they're only 15K an hour it's showing. So I don't think it'll impact it too much. There won't be any echelons from that unless it gets a lot stronger. Yeah, these 4, Jay, as you're saying, they've been in the lead all day long here. Oliver Maracek. At least you have disc brakes. Dude, I do. I have disc brakes on my... And you know what, though? They're mechanical disc brakes. They're not even hydraulic. So they don't really have tons of stopping power. Mine is cantilever brakes. Imagining bombing down... No, dude, I can't imagine it. You know what? I don't even know how I tell which one mine is. Mine's all aluminum, too. My Jake is all aluminum, and I'm absolutely fine with it. For the kind of riding I do outside, I just bought it because I wanted to try out some gravel riding. And I just thought, you know what? Original OG gravel riders, off-road riders, were cyclocross riders. I thought if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. So I picked up a brand new old stock Jake the Snake Kona. Rode it outside a few times. Yeah, it was fun. It's a good bike. It's a good bike. Held up well. And now it's got so much miles on it riding inside. Okay, Shadow Blood player here. Damn, I'm betting on Merlia to win. Is there any hope? Yeah, Merlia could win the stage, but I think the weather is in huge favor of the four out front. When they're going through the hard roundabouts and stuff in town, and apparently there's a really wicked left-hand corner at the end. Let's see if we can find that on the map, guys. I see it right there. There it is. Guys, look at this finish line here. So they got to go through... Actually, it's sketchy all the way, guys. 30 seconds. They're hot on their heels, but there's things they got to watch out. It's all these roundabouts. There's a roundabout here. Another roundabout further up the road. Roundabout. Multiple roundabouts to navigate in the wet. All these roundabouts have road furniture there. Slippery paint. Ooh, you can see it now. In the distance, you can see the peloton coming. Average speed now has gone up. We're almost at 46k an hour. So you can see here in this little chunk here, if you look at the map, 1, 2, 3, 4 roundabouts, probably within a kilometer to go through. And then there's a really sketchy left-hand bend. It's not a roundabout. And it was the two-door radio saying it's a really narrow corner. So I don't know how far that finishes. I wish I had a bit of a scale on here. This last corner, you need to be in front or ready to go. Super narrow. The peloton's all going to get hung up back here. If you're at the back, you're not even getting around the corner in the top 50. I'm going to go back to the race here right now. 24-second lead. Okay, guys, it's coming down now. It's now starting to come down. They can easily pull this back with 14 kilometers remaining. 24 seconds, they can do it. It all depends on the rains, how wet the roads get, how brave these guys feel up front. Again, guys, more of just a transitional stage. I love these stages. I love them, especially with four riders like this out front. Let's give a shout out to these four riders out front. Who are they again? Quentin Pache, Mathieu Bergadeau, Jonas Abrahamson, and it's Vincenzo Albanese. So EF could be in on a stage win today. 25 seconds. A lot of road spray here. Anyone riding here right now, their teeth are full of road grit. And you can just imagine, right? Soaked to the bone here. Okay. Uncle Matty's going for Milan winning with Groves and Merlier close. Okay, that's a good one. Groves hasn't done a lot, but he is a good sprinter. The Latvian dude, we're going to call you JR. JR, big JR from Latvia. No worries about the name. Happy smile. Similar to the name that is Eugene. Okay, got you, dude. So, Yevgenis is like Eugene. Okay, I'm just going to say it like that for now. I am an all-in Pogi fan. Right on, dude. Although I feel Jonas has deserved the win. Maybe not this year, though. Yeah, dude, I have equal respect for both of them. Like, I don't want to say... Jonas is very strong right now. Taddy's even said it. Taddy said yesterday, I was suffering at points. At points, I had nothing left to give. I feel that this year, people are expecting Jonas just to ride away from Taddy. And if Jonas can't do it, he's a loser. But Taddy hasn't done it either. He's taken a couple seconds here and there. I haven't seen Taddy destroy Jonas yet on the road. I mean, Jonas lost time way early on, but I'm talking about the mountain climbs. Like, I didn't see Taddy yesterday look back, give Jonas a stare, and drop him. That didn't happen at all. That was not what was on TV. Arnaud Delis at the front, Jonathan Milan just ahead of him here. Guys, there's road stuff everywhere here. Medians. They're going around a big right-hand bend. And you can see they're drifting to the left because I think they're taking the corner so easy. There's a big thing down the middle of the road with all the paint over it. Every one of those paint stripes is a place to crash. I saw that in the women's race last year from Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift, where one of the riders coming up, the only way she could pass on a wet stage was on this white paint strip that was about that wide. Her sprint point was like on the scariest, sketchiest part. She didn't win the sprint. She's probably thinking, this is where I crash. Okay, so Big JR from Latvia, thank you for your comments. Uncle Matty again, agreed. Jonas has been strong and deserves credit for his efforts. Pogi is so strong. Yeah, like, I mean, again, just going to say it again. Pogi is the all-out odds favorite to win. I don't think you can say Jonas is weak this tour. I don't think you can say that Taddy has destroyed Jonas's tour either. He's gotten time gaps early on. He did do well at the time trial. There was the one day of the Autocom where, yeah, that huge attack by Jonathan Narvaez and Taddy went up the road. Since then, Jonas has been looking better day by day. But that's, I guess when we look back, you probably look back to the Autocom stage, which I think was stage 10, and say that was the day where Taddy sewed it up if he does win the Tour de France this year. Big roundabouts again, guys. Albanese goes by himself on the front. I can see that happening right now on the video feed. And we've got Pache and Bergodo chasing. It's not showing. I'm going to watch this here quickly because Johansson is attacking like a madman on this feed. Going to get live here again. I don't know if he's just blown himself off and out the back. Attacking so hard on the front right now. There goes Albanese. I'm seeing that now. Johansson's the one that's actually down the road. It's Johansson down the road. Albanese counters. This is a bit delayed. I'm just going to keep watching this here. I just don't think he's showing up yet. So here's Albanese. It's not showing anyone here right now, so we're not really sure who's where. The four riders are there. I think Abrahamson's a very strong rider, and I think he's still there in that mix. But the gap is coming down. From the very front to the peloton right now, it's saying it's only 22 seconds. Matty Mahoric still chasing on. I think he's the only rider at the back, maybe one more. Okay, nope. Yeah, there's Matty Mahoric, and then we got some dropped riders. Four riders. Valentin Perry-Ponch, who I saw him earlier today in the last 20 minutes driving as hard as he could on the front for Soudal. So even the climber gets out there on the Soudal team and does the work. Albayre, this guy got dropped. He crashed earlier. Luke Plapp, just out the back for Jaco Alula. And Arven St. Martinsdijk. I think I've got his name finally figured out. Front guys, 9.1 kilometers. It's just saying it's Albanese. I'm not sure yet. We're going to take a look at that. Chat time again. Wade, the leading group will soon be ended and be caught by the peloton here. Like it's grouping up now to catch them. Let's just see here. In total, they're only 12 seconds back. 8.7. So everyone's taking huge risks here. I think I'm seeing Pogi on the front here, about fourth rider back. So I think some guys have seen this and went, why does Visma keep putting Jonas near the front? They're not. They're just keeping him safe. It's like right now, why is Pogi riding fourth coming in here? He's not going for a stage win, although he'd take it if he could. Jonas is right behind him. They're trying to stay out of trouble. They're worried that if they were in 70th or 80th place, there's 80 riders ahead of them that could potentially fall. Okay, here it is happening. They are catching them now on this feed here. It should have all been caught. Albanese might be the only one left out front. Actually, and it's showing Abrahamson. So the tracker's not working very good. They keep saying it was Albanese. Now it's Abrahamson. Either way, it's only a 15-second gap. Let's just jump to the map here and you can see what's going on. We're now going through that series of sketchy roundabouts here. So one rider out front. And this is what I thought, because when I'm watching the video play here, it's Abramson that was off the front. Albanese was falling back. And they kept saying Albanese was out front. So don't totally trust the tracker. I'm trying to watch two things at once here and figure it out. And my gut was telling me it was Abramson. He's probably going to be caught. All depends how hard they drive on this front. Jay saying neither Milan nor Merlier are going to win the stage, I'd say. But the peloton is closing with 15 kilometers left. Okay, a bit old. On the other hand, the road has some hiccups and it's raining. Who knows? Yeah, this could be an anyone's stage. JR from Latvia, totally agreed. In the end, it's all about the heritage. Sports unites. Cortasti, Van Aert, roasted. Yes, dude, you're right today. Cortasti always says everyone gets roasted. Dude, I'm feeling roasted right now, as in a roasted coffee. How'd you guys like that? And I won't be getting my third coffee today because we are running out of time today. Shorter stage today, guys. And yeah, it is. So yeah, sometimes I gotta go. Sometimes you gotta go with your gut, guys. You know when you hear that saying, "Go with your gut." I was convinced it was Abrahamson up front. I'm watching a slightly delayed feed, but he's off the front. He attacked. Albanese was second. Pache and I can't remember the other rider's name right now. They were falling back. It kept saying Albanese was at the front. I'm like, where's Abrahamson? There's no way he's back in the peloton. He was out front the whole time. Now Pache here. Pache through the peloton, straight out the back. He's done. Done for the day. A couple of Alpecin riders getting at the front here. Israel Premier Tech looking very present at the front, trying to call through the Tudor riders. It's either Israel or Groupama from here. They both have kind of the same color jerseys. A lot of blue and purpley red on them. Let's see what they're saying here. Average speed now, it is slowly creeping up, guys. It's not going to be mind-blowing. 46.4 right now. It looks a lot colder than 20 degrees, I'll tell you that. 5.6K to go. Again, so looks like here, guys, 5.6 here. I'm at 6.1 here, so I'm 600 meters behind. As soon as we get close, I'm going to tell you how I see it at the end. Robert's saying at 5K, the GC teams will all drift to the back, and Robert's going for Benny now. I'm still cheering for Abrahamson at the front here. He's still out there by himself. He's done it before. Did a solo while he was with Mauro Schmidt all the way to the finish. Pogi lurking in the front for an attack. That's coming from Wade. Oh, okay, so yeah, Richard says, okay, this is a good point. Richard, I don't know if you've ever commented before, but Richard Corgi, welcome aboard. Looks like there is zone protection at 5. Okay, hey guys, that's why I'm hearing what someone else said later. I think the Robert said the big teams will disappear at 5K, which is now. We're at 4.5. Zone protection means if you were to crash and you're sitting on the side of the road, they're going to give you the same time as the finishing bunch because they know it's super sketch here. And oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. Gotcha. So basically, they just want to get to the protection zone and then finish with the bunch. So that's why Robert says at 5K, the GC teams will all drift back because there's a 5K protection zone today, probably based on the weather. And Richard's saying again, zone protection in play. Yeah, good points, guys. These guys know they're cycling. Uncle Matty, the GC teams will want to be in the front for that corner. Yeah, it depends how the peloton is. If it's a huge bunch, they're just going to start drifting. Sprinters need to be in that corner if they want to win today. So yeah, Abrahamson has been caught now. He's just been caught, and we're seeing it here. His little lead out front is gone. I'm going to jump to this tracking, guys, just so I don't see who the winner is right away. So I'll probably be like 30 seconds behind here pretty soon. Tudor's pushing really hard on the front. They've got 3 roundabouts to get through. Are they roundabouts? Yeah. You can see him here on the map. I'm going to keep you on this feed here. Riders out the back. Who's that? Timon Aaronsman saying enough for today. Guy's done really well in the climbs. 3 roundabouts still to go through. Roads are super wet. Julius Abe is saying Abe. Yeah. So Don's correct. Yeah, Don. I was trying to figure that out as I was saying too. Pogi most of his time on the second time trial and the Autocom stages, but he has not conceded 1 second to Jonas the entire tour. I agree, Jonas. Yeah, so when we look back, when Pogi wins, it's going to be the Autocom tour. That's where Jonas really cracked. Remember, Jonathan attacked, and then UNOX guys congratulating Abrahamson for staying away so long. He's going to coast out the back now. But yeah, it was the Autocom where Jonathan attacked. Pogi went. It's funny because afterwards he's saying, I didn't really expect that. He said, we were kind of joking about it. And I thought, well, okay, I got to go now. And soon as Jonathan pulled off, Jonas pulled off. He was done. The time trial, Jonas only lost 36 seconds to Pogi, but no doubt that was 36 seconds. Taddy won that easy. The majority of it was in the Hautacom. So that's where, you know, if I was to say, where did he win it? Hautacom stage, he won it. For sure. Uncle Matty, I wonder if Binion will be there. I kind of expect to see him early, but he has had a hard time. Yeah, we'll watch. I don't see any Intermarchés at the front right now. So who is this out the back here? Looks like Morris. Still Timon Aaron's been back here. He's content just to float. He's got some big days in the mountains coming up. They're getting through all those there. I want to see if there's been any crashes. We're in the sprint zone. So Abrahamson got caught at 4 kilometers to go. Going to jump back to the map here, and I'm going to follow from the map, guys. I'm not going to get away from this now. We're finishing in Valence today. Super hard left corner coming up. I haven't seen any more crashes. Milan and Merlier are about 20 to 30 riders back. So it's saying I'm 1.8 kilometers out right now. So just so you guys know where I am compared to the finish. Going to read through this chat here again. Shadow Blood Pirate, who's the favorite to win right now? Who's in front? Might have a hedge in my wager if Merlier going to win at 5K. Fastest sprinter in this group is Jonathan Milan, hands down. Can he stay upright? Soudal has been working super hard for Merlier. On the front, I don't see any signs of Intermarché here. Like not one white-yellow jersey. It's all helicopter view now. No motorbikes are near them right now, it seems. Probably, I wonder if they call the motorbikes away on these sketchy rainy stages. They might get really involved with the peloton. They've taken that hard left corner now already at the finish. So guys, I'm going to look here. I don't want to see what's going on over there. I'm 1 kilometer to go now. And there's a crash right at the 1 kilometer barrier. And I'm going to say big crash here compared to what the other commentators say. I think maybe 10 riders got through. Guys, whoever you thought was going to run, probably just thrown out the window now. Jonathan Milan was one of the ones that survived. He survived that crash. He was right at the front. So there's maybe, I'm going to say 12 to 15 riders. This is going to totally turn everything upside down today. Jonathan Milan does not have a lead-out guy. It looks like Arkea B&B's on the front. Maybe Decathlon. Their jerseys are getting wet and grimy, so some of the colors are going. There's a Red Bull guy up there too. Jonathan Milan sitting in 4th wheel here. 57k an hour, 59k an hour. Jonathan Milan in 3rd place. They're only 3 hours and 20 minutes. Jonathan Milan moving to the left side, getting himself. Now he attacks with full force, guys. Just goes right by them. Super assault here by Jonathan Milan. 70k an hour sprint, and there was a Red Bull rider right there with him. That was awesome, guys. Now I'm going to jump back here and see what they're going to say. Stage minute. It was Jordy Muse there. Jordy Muse here. That guy was riding super hard there. Their blue shorts really stand out well there. Big crash there, guys. Big crash. I don't know who went down. It was right at the 1 kilometer barrier. Okay, so let me just catch up here, guys. So Jonathan Milan won. He's the fastest guy out there right now. Vingegaard was also at the front. That's from Paul. Paul looks like his first comment here. Paul Shreenan. That was a few minutes ago, guys. That was 5 minutes back. Marcelo was asking for Merlier. I think I did say Jonathan, and he did. But the crash kind of threw that whole sprint out the window, guys. Jonathan Milan, smart guy, savvy sprinter. At the very front before that last corner, at the kilometer mark even. There were so many riders down on the road. I'm going to say at least 20 people went down, and it just delayed everyone behind them. So it would be good to see a replay of that, how held up the peloton was. Yep. Here's our new commenter at 9:13. Juice, desirable, crash. Yep, there was a crash right at 1 kilometer. I see Bingham on the side of the road here, guys. I think he's parked on the side of the road. I can't tell yet. I don't know where we are. I think we're on the side of the road. Ooh, they're looking at another rider here. Mostly blue. This might be a Groupama rider. So it happened right at the 1K barrier. Everyone just went down. Probably a... Okay, so they're showing this sprint again. Jonathan Milan ran 3rd. He just accelerates. Jordy Muse is ahead of him. He gets on Jordy's shoulder and goes. Jordy kind of gets trapped behind him and another rider, boxed in by, looks like an Arkea B&B rider. Yeah, and the Picnic Post rider did a good job there too. This dude here, Lund Anderson. So I can't tell where Binyam is right now. I don't know if he's down on the side of the road or... Because that final barrier has continental signs all the way down the road from 1 kilometer out. They're at the finish, and they're at right where the crash was too. Yeah, big crash. Robert here saying, haven't heard Dylan Groeneweg's name in months until now. Yeah, I've seen him only maybe 2 times this entire tour. Milan wins, yep. Milan win makes all that Quinn Simmons work totally work it. What a great team win. Exactly. Quinn's part of these wins. Watching Jonathan Milan right now run over, start hugging all the Trek riders. This is probably the last day that Jonathan will be anywhere near the front or on the podium, except for his jersey at the end of the day. He really is the fastest guy in the world right now. And guys, this kind of happens. Last year, it was Binyam. Binyam won 3 stages last year. Everyone's just trickling in now. They'll probably just give this one big bunch time, I would imagine. Since they all crashed at 1 kilometer there, I think that's how they do it. Or maybe the front guys will get their wins and like the front 12 or 15. And honestly, I don't think 15 riders made it through that crash. That would be the high end of what I'm predicting. So I think this is a replay here of the crash. And it happens right at the 1 kilometer barrier. I'm trying to see it now. Looks like they just touched. It was a rider that went down to the paint in the middle. Riders are hitting the barriers on the side of the road right at the 1 kilometer. They all pile up, and then everyone has to stop behind them. Guys are slowly filtering through on the left-hand side. Jonas in a pretty good position there. Filters through on the left-hand side pretty quickly. The right-hand side is completely blocked. Quinn Simmons did his job today. Mullet rocking, just crossing the finish line now. He hasn't even hit the finish line yet. With another Trek rider, Bahrain. Tom Scoins is there for Latvia. Binyam, he's nursing his right arm, guys. Right arm, he's nursing his right arms, and looks like his shorts are torn apart. So Binyam has not hit the finish yet. So hopefully he's okay. Guys, the crashes are exciting, but I don't want to see guys hurt. We never want to see that. Okay, so Robert is saying it. So yeah, I wasn't sure for sure. He's got 2 Intermarché riders with him. One guy's holding a seat, pushing him. Trek's cheering in the background. Tom Scoins and the other Trek rider are both pointing at Quinn Simmons, saying he's the man. He's the man. Quinn Simmons is the man. It's all teamwork, guys. It's all teamwork. Benny's hurt in the crash. He's still down. He's up now. I think he's just crossed the finish. He's nursing his right arm. He's keeping his right arm close to him, so we don't know yet. Mark Lane, dude, you're brand new here, dude. Welcome aboard. 20 crashing at 50 plus K an hour. How beaten up are those guys? Pretty beaten up. Actually, Benny's just getting to the finish now. I'm looking at Groupama guy here. His left side of his shorts are shredded. I don't know who that was. Binyam's not even pedaling anymore, guys. He's crossed the finish line. Really cool to see his teammates with him. This looks like... Actually, I don't know who this is. He's already got patched up elbow. His shorts are blown open on the left-hand side. Now, that might have been from earlier. Hard to tell because he's bandaged. He's got bandages stuffed in his shorts. So I don't know if they quickly threw that on at the crash or was that from earlier today. Either way, this guy's had a rough day today. Cole Kane back again. Thanks for the great commentary, Colin. See you tomorrow. Cole, hope you're loving life in Saudi Arabia. Getting some wells drilled. Cole, you still haven't told me what end of oil and gas you're in. Maybe it's just production. Who knows? Yeah, dude, they might have been going more than 50K an hour there. So Mark Lane's saying they're crashing at 50K an hour. They might have been doing 60 at that point. We don't know. So Ballerini, okay, so it was the Red Rider was Arnaud Delis. Sometimes from a distance, guys, hard to tell. They're mostly in red for Lotto. So he's done really well at this tour too. Really good sprinter. Doesn't have the team behind him to get the sprint wins. Ballerini was there for, I think it's Astana XRG. Uncle Matty, I called Milan. My record is 6 right out of 17. Nice job, Matty. Don's hoping Binion's okay. Me too. Phil Thomas. Phil, you look like you just commented for a new first time as well. Thanks so much. Yeah, really strong win. And you know what's crazy too? This sprint finish by Jonathan Milan, he's not holding back. He's not afraid to crash. No fear in this guy. Like, he's got a pretty violent, explosive effort. He's a real head bobber. His bike is probably sliding everywhere. So Arnaud Delis kind of came up on the left-hand side, and that kind of trapped Jordi Muster for a little bit. Arnaud faded, gave enough room, and really good sprint here, guys, too. No one's like trying to force people in weird directions. Very safe sprint in very dangerous conditions. Robert again, yeah, sure. You see, all concerned about safety, but run a full peloton through a narrow pinch point at 1 kilometer, making news about handlebars. I said, yeah, dude, I know. Maybe they should have thought about that sprint finish before the stage started. I guess it's hard to predict the weather, but then again, they probably had 4 hours to figure something else out. Maybe they could have backed up the finish by a kilometer. Yeah, and then the fans get mad. Yeah, it's hard to do. But I hear what you're saying. Don here, I know. Oh no, I bet Benny has a broken collarbone. No bueno. Yeah, the way he's holding it's the sign that he's got a broken collarbone. Maybe he just smashed it really bad and he's just being paranoid about it, like I would be too. They all kind of pull. Alaphilippe did it a couple days ago with his left arm. He was pulling his left arm in the same way, and he was okay. So let's hope Benny's good. Milan is making a strong run for green in Paris, going for it. Guys, why don't we take a look at that right now? So Jonathan Milan right now has 312 points. So got the intermediate. Well, he got best of points in the intermediate sprint and got his 50 points today. The only person that's going to take it from him is Taddy. If Taddy gets green jersey points on those climbs that Jonathan Milan won't be around for. Avard, looking forward to chatting it tomorrow. You too, Avard. Come back, jump in early, and we'll get her started. I think tomorrow, guys, is an early start. Yeah, tomorrow I start at 4:10 a.m. So, yeah, hopefully we get people jumping early, and it's 3 HCs. It's really tomorrow? Are you kidding me? Is tomorrow Thursday already? What the? I've lost track of all reality guys doing this. I'm so involved in the Tour de France right now. Fresh roads throughout all the safety changes. Exactly. So guys, incredible stuff. So no changes in the GC standings. Jonathan Milan, another straight great stage victory for Lidl Trek. Watching Binyam ride away to the bus. He is using both arms here. So he's probably just really scuffed up, guys. I don't think anything's broken. I don't think it is. His back is, his jersey's all ratched up. I think they're going to have a good look at him. Maybe he'll go for x-rays. But he did ride to his bus with both hands on the handlebars. So I think it was more of just an initial shock of hitting the ground. Yes, Fred, you're 100% right, Fred. Fred says, get the coffee ready. Love everyone being here. Get coffee ready. Thanks, Colin. Yeah, dude, I forgot to do that this morning. I'm at the point now where I'm so committed to this, I'm making coffee the night before. So, hey, Robert, dude, thanks for supporting the channel so much. You're like one of the number one dudes here. You're here every day. And to everyone that's here, to the new people, I'm seeing new people every day. Joey Jojo asked me, well, did you see new people today? I'm like, every day there's new people here. So, again, guys, thank you so much. It's going to get even huger tomorrow. You cannot miss tomorrow's stage of the Tour de France. If you got to pick one more day to watch, it's tomorrow. And then Friday is like a 1B. So tomorrow's an HC plus in my world, and then Friday is an HC stage. Like the hardest stages at the Tour de France are tomorrow and Friday. At the end of Friday, we'll all be able to say, yeah, we know who the winner of the Tour de France is now. It's very much leaning towards Pogi right now, but we still got 2 days to go. So you're saying there's a chance. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you again real soon. Gonna get started with my day. Gonna hit the bike, and